for the Revs. He comes in with a record of 3-3, 3.94 ERA. And right-hander Matt Larkins will go for Long Island. He is 7-4 with an ERA of 4.16. We'll give you a quick programming update right off the bat before we go any further. Tonight, we would have been promoting that we would have our high school football game of the week on YouTube at 6:30. Well, that game, McCaskey at York High, has just been postponed because McCaskey had an equipment truck get stuck on their way over from Lancaster County with all of the rain, and it's just been treacherous travels coming from York to Lancaster or vice versa. So that'll now be tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., week 2 of our coverage presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, which means it will not only air live on YouTube now, but due to the scheduling change, it'll also be live on radio beginning at 10:30 a.m. Steve Navaroli will have an abbreviated version of Central PA Game Day beginning at 9, and then we'll have that high school game tomorrow morning with pregame coverage starting at 10:30 on radio now, in addition to YouTube. WOYK Preps on YouTube, and you can find it on WOYK1350.com and the new WOYK app as well. The links are quite prominent to get there. Michael, welcome back, and here we are yet again, a rain-impacted night. I'm sure in terms of the number of people coming out, certainly in terms of the field and the prep that the staff yet again has to go through just to make a game possible, but it does appear, hopefully, that we will get this one in, and the Revs trying to stay hot after taking 2 out of 3 in Connecticut.
Well, wouldn't have it any other way with starting a homestand with a little more adversity, and it's just kind of how it's gone all year, and the Revs have responded each time. So tonight, a chance to get back to their winning ways, keep their streak going. The sweep against Southern Maryland, then 2 out of 3 against the team that that's kind of been a similar team to the Revs all year, and the Bees taking 2 out of 3, winning the season series with them. So that's big news. And Carson, spectacular last night, 10th shutout win for the Revs this year, which is pretty impressive. So hopefully the pitching stays hot, the bats stay hot tonight, and they can get this Long Island series off to a good start, because this is, of the 5 series remaining, this may be the most important, given that the Ducks scenario with leading the second half in the Liberty Division.
Agreed. Well, the field prep continuing at a fever pitch, and Joe Van Meter, who does not need as long as a lot of full-time starting pitchers to get ready because he's used to coming in off a bullpen warm-up routine. He is now beginning his long tossing in the outfield. Matt Larkins has been doing so for a couple of minutes in left field for Long Island. So I don't think it's going to be 6:30, but it won't be too terribly long after that, maybe 6:40. And right now we'll take a break on the pregame. We'll go to Mace coming up next. Make sure that we get his full conversation in, our Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Then if time permits, we'll have some of the highlights from last night's 3-0 win at New Britain. And, of course, we'll get you set for this one with lineups and first pitch coming up before too long as well. Revs and the Ducks here tonight. Another soggy night in York, but we're going to get it started soon. Stay tuned. We'll hear from Mace coming up next.
Show your patriotism and Rev spirit with the new York Revolution Hat Pack. Get 6 undated ticket vouchers to use any way you'd like and 2 parking passes, plus an exclusive Revolution hat featuring the Revs logo in red, white, and blue. It's an exclusive design from York's own Legacy Athletic and one you can only get through this special offer. The Revs Hat Pack. 6 game ticket vouchers, 2 parking passes, and an exclusive Revolution baseball cap, all for just $75. Get yours while supplies last at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
There are few situations more stressful than having someone else's well-being in your hands. That's especially true when you're providing senior home care for a member of your own family. The team at Visiting Angels is committed to providing families with the best possible in-home care services. We'll help your loved one continue to live at home and help you find peace of mind. Locally RN-owned and nationally known, Visiting Angels is America's choice in home care. Specializing in dementia care for adults and their families, our team will help with bathing and dressing assistance, medication reminders, errands, shopping, light housekeeping, meal prep, friendly companionship, flexible hourly care, and respite care for families. Senior Home Care by Angels. Visiting Angels is hiring qualified caregivers. Call our York office at 717-751-2488. That's 751-2488. Or online at visitingangels.com.
Want to give your child the best birthday ever without hosting, planning, or cleanup work? Book a Kona Ice birthday party at PeoplesBank Park. Parties include a 2-hour feast, goodie bags for all guests, and Penn State Children's Hospital playground wristbands. The birthday child gets a custom Revs jersey, a ceremonial first pitch, and a customized Revs birthday cake. Birthdays in the Kona Ice birthday zone during a Revs game. Best birthday ever. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for all the latest on your Atlantic League champion York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace, well, quite the win last night, quite the performance for Robert Carson to go 8. Well, what did that look like from your spot in the dugout last night?
Robbie was on point last night. I was kind of surprised that he went out after the 7th inning, but he come in and he's like, Mace, one more for sure. I got one more in me. So when the guy's throwing the ball like that, I mean, you're going to let him go for sure. So, he pitched out, not really too many jams. I mean, I don't remember too many stresses for him last night. So he just, he was getting some early outs, and, the pitch count was in good shape overall. And, I mean, he was throwing the ball fine. It's not always about pitch count. It's, what the eyes tell you with velocity and location, and if the ball still has angle going, up, downhill when he's throwing it. So, I mean, all those things were still good even through 8 innings.
Does being late in the year help on a night like that with pitch count, where he has made a complete transition to being a starter, or is it tougher because he's had so many innings?
Well, I mean, he's had a couple of starts in there where he was not out there as long. A couple starts ago he had the 3-inning start when he had the numbness in his finger, so we had to get him out of there. And but I mean, Robbie, he works in between his starts. He gets his throwing program in and all that. And some nights when you go out there, we've talked about it before on this show many times. It's like, you get 10 appearances and you get 2 really good and 2 not so good, and everything else is kind of, you can work your way through it. So I think last night you would rank up there with one of the 2 that was really good. So out of the 10.
What's your view on the way that he attacks hitters? Because we see, a lot of fastball slider. He'll use the slider to get ahead or to put away, and seems to use it against both righties and lefties.
I think it's I just think that's a product of him being a reliever over the past couple of years, where you go in and you attack with the hard stuff, you attack with the fastball and the hard slider, and then I think he's just incorporated that mindset into the starting pitching role, but it still hasn't changed the way that he goes after hitters. And now at this time of the year where he's built up and he's comfortable with the starting pitching role, I think that's he's doing the same thing he used to do for 1, 2, or 3 innings in relief. Now he's doing it for 5, 6, 7, or like last night, 8.
Well, you had Gomez in the 9th, and it did get hairy, but he got the job done. Did you see a wake-up call with him or anything once the bases got loaded? Because pretty quickly he got himself out of it.
Yeah, well, we don't do things easy around here late in the game sometime, but I think the inning started off with a flare over second base, first pitch flare, so that was a runner on. Then I think he was a little bit too careful with the second hitter, and it was a lot of sliders, and next thing you know, it was 3-0, and there's another guy on. But then after that, he went out, he settled down, and I think he trusted his stuff a little bit more. And I understand, when you're in situations sometimes, and they're a good hitting team. I mean, New Britain is a good hitting team, so you put yourself in some tough spots, and you try to make perfect pitches, and sometimes when you do that, you kind of aim the ball a little bit, and you're not as aggressive when you're throwing it. So I think that was part of it too. But Ricky's a veteran guy. We all know that, and you see Aroldis Chapman some nights walk 3 guys in a row before he gets the first out. So it's just pitching, and sometimes it drives you crazy as a fan and a coach and manager and the teammates and everything. But the bottom line is the end result, and we were able to do it.
Well, it wasn't without controversy, unfortunately. What was your view on Nash's ball? His ball that was originally a 2-run homer, and was the main frustration the fact that it got overturned by somebody not on the line?
That was exactly it. There was no question in my mind that was a fair ball. I understand Wally coming out, Wally Backman, their manager. He's going to argue that because, that's what you do if you think it's borderline or whatever. But the thing that fired me up was the only umpire on the field that was in position to even make that call made it. He was adamant about it, and the other 2 umpires, that one was by second base and one was over talking to Sandy De Leon in the first base coach's box. There's no way they have a better angle than the guy looking straight down the third base line. So unless there would have been a third base umpire there that made that call, and then the home plate umpire would have been the backup if that call was being questioned, that's one thing. But there was only one umpire on the left field line, and that was the home plate umpire. He made the call, and as I was told after the game by the people that work in New Britain, the video showed the ball wasn't barely fair, it was way fair, and that's exactly what they told me. So that's frustrating in itself, because it took 2 runs off the board for us. It took a home run away from Telvin Nash, and I think it stopped the hitting streak that he had going on as well. So I think all those things are frustrating, and I understand about getting the call right, but when you have guys not in position where they can actually help you make that call or change a call, then the call should have to stand.
Well, on a bright note offensively, the bottom of the order was awesome. Castillo and Figueroa, huge sparks.
Oh, the young guys were great. And I think there was a point there in the game where we had 5 or 6 hits at one time, and I think all our hits were by our left-handed hitters. Lexi got a base hit in the first game. Then I think, Castillo, he had 3 or 4 hits last night. Figueroa had at least 2 hits, and so Mitchell had a hit or 2. So the left-handed hitters were doing a really good job last night, and and we were able to cash those guys in and be able to hold on to a 3-0.
Lastly, you've got Joe Van Meter tonight, and what can you say about the way that he's bounced from role to role this year? And then last time that he started, you didn't even really know during game 1 of that doubleheader that it would be him for sure, and the way that he came out and dominated.
Yeah, Joe's been kind of our yo-yo guy this year. He's in the rotation, then he's in the pen, then he's in the rotation. And that just goes to show the type of year that we've had with with starting pitching and being able to keep keep them around, keep them healthy and whatever. So, Joe's been real flexible for us in that regard and helping us out. So, that's a good team guy. I'll do whatever you need me to do, and I'll give you my best shot, and that's all you can ask. So, hopefully Joe can I'd like to see a start like he made the last time out. That would be pretty nice. I think he went 7. He went the whole 7 in that doubleheader. So that would be nice. But whatever he can do, we appreciate, and just try to keep us in the game, and we'll go from there.
All right, Mace. Thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Yep. Thank you.
Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. we are close to the Revs taking the field tonight. We'll take a quick timeout pregame. We'll have highlights from last night if we come back with time to spare. Otherwise, we'll have our national anthem, starting lineups, and first pitch straight ahead. Revs and Ducks will get it started, and from what we understand, should get it in here tonight. Nothing's ever been certain this year, but we'll knock on wood to that here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
The Revolution plays Play Ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
Fans, please rise, remove all cover, and welcome Katie Voss for the performance of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly gleaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was Katie Voss with our national anthem tonight. Very well done as we get set for game time here this evening. And hard to believe with how much rain came down in this area throughout the afternoon hours that we will get started almost on time tonight, pretty much on time. I don't know if we would even put this down as a delay, but Joe Van Meter will go through his warm-ups on the game mound as he gets called upon to make the start here tonight. Long Island's lineup brought to you by Flying Feet. It'll be Jordani Valdespin at second base leading things off. Daniel Fields, the center fielder, is batting second. Lou Ford will DH and hit third. Cleanup man is Taylor Ard at third base. Batting fifth, the first baseman David Washington. Ramon Cabrera will catch and hit sixth. Miles Williams in right field to hit seventh. Anthony Vega is the left fielder batting eighth, and Dan Lyons at shortstop will hit ninth. Again, Valdespin, Fields, Ford, Ard, Washington, Cabrera, Williams, Vega, and Lyons for the Ducks here tonight. For the Revs, they will have Alonzo Harris in center leading things off. Alexi Casilla at second base will bat second. Hitting third and DHing is Melky Mesa. Talvin Nash at first base will hit cleanup. Isaias Tejeda catches and bats fifth. Batting sixth in left field is Wellington Dotel. Jared Mitchell in right field will hit seventh. Ryan Dent at shortstop batting eighth. And Henry Castillo at third base will hit ninth. Again, Harris, Casilla, Mesa, Nash, Tejeda, Dotel, Mitchell, Dent, and Castillo for the Revs. That's the lineup that Matt Larkins will go up against. And Joe Van Meter ready to go. He's 3-3, 3.94 ERA for the season. Like May said, he's been their yo-yo guy with all the different roles that he's handled, starting off and on. And in there again tonight. Here's our Dasher Investment Services first pitch. And it is down in the dirt. We are underway here tonight, 6:38. That doesn't even really constitute a delay. A fantastic job by the Revs staff and the grounds crew to get this field playable. And there is some mud along the edges, but we'll deal with that. 1-0, and it is off the plate away. Valdespin hitting .337. He's the leadoff man. He's second in the league in hitting. Emilio Bonifacio, who's been inactive for maybe about a month now, he's still got enough plate appearances to qualify as number one. And now Van Meter misses just outside. And it is a 3-0 count to start the night. Valdespin, 12 home runs, 54 driven in. Leads the league in hits, runs, total bases. Pitch is right there, and there is Van Meter's first strike of the night, 3-1. It is cloudy, a little dreary, but we're playing. 73 degrees. Weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. And now Van Meter stretches the 3-1. It is just down and away. Valdespin was backing away, taking all the way, and a very confident flip of the bat back toward his dugout. He's a leadoff base runner on the walk.
The important thing in any game, but especially a game where the field conditions are rough and the weather's been rough, is to keep guys off base. And right there, a leadoff walk is tough to have to deal with. But right now, Van Meter, a guy who can keep the ball on the ground pretty well. Hopefully he can keep that down in the zone against Washington, a guy who, or excuse me, Fields. Or no, this is Washington, right? No, this is Fields.
His first pitch to him, he swings and misses on a high fastball.
It looks like Washington. I was like, it definitely isn't Washington's spot in the order.
No, they're both tall, well-built left-hand hitters.
I thought I wrote something down wrong.
Van Meter ready. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a high pop-up foul. Castillo from third will give this a look, but it sails into the seats. Daniel Fields hitting .260, 7 homers. Took a while for him to really get his season going due to injury. Ducks, a potent offense. They now lead the league in home runs, 107. They've hit 41 in 28 games in August, and have homered in 24 of their 28 games in August. Nash holds Valdespin. Van Meter the 0-2. And it's slapped on the ground the other way. Dent backhands, turns and fires to second. What a job. One down on a fielder's choice. And Dent really had to range to his right. He was playing toward the middle with the lefty up. Man, did he cover some ground. And then to turn and find his target and make a good throw.
That's a heck of a play right there for Dent to be able to go in the hole for that ball with the field conditions like they are. and still turn and make that throw to second. Easily could have thrown that ball away with the field conditions and slippery ball with that wet ground, but he made the play because Sia was there.
Now Lou Ford, he's up to 307. Van Meter the pitch. It is a fastball called strike. Our plate ump tonight, Brian DeBrouwer, Buzz Albert at first, and Tom Gandolfo at third. Ford has batted .435 his last 18 games. Van Meter ready. Here's the 0-1. Fastball called strike, outside corner. Ford has raised his average from 284 to 307, 10 home runs, tied for 4th in the league in RBIs with 71, 4 off the league lead. Tied with Travis Snyder, who's inactive. Revs don't have to deal with him tonight. 0-2, and that misses inside. York, by the way, in the home whites, Long Island in their alternate black jerseys tonight. Revs 7-8 against the Ducks this season. Van Meter ready. 1-2, and it's fouled away, right field side. Well, we continue to track the what-ifs, and the Revs' best chance to have a playoff berth would be a second wild card. Long Island leads Somerset by 3 in the Liberty Division second half, so if the Revs can do some damage to the Ducks head-to-head this weekend and have Somerset get some wins, that would help. 1-2, swinging, it's fouled away again. Somerset is at New Britain beginning tonight. Oh, jeez. Our bat boy slipped on that wet turf on his way to delivering baseballs to Brian DeBrouwer, our first casualty of the night.
Oh, there will be more.
Robert Carson signals safe as he stands there at the edge of the dugout with the coaches tonight. He's got the night off after that performance last night. Van Meter to throw over, and Fields is back standing. Fields is 12 for 12 in steals this year. He had 2 stolen bases last night. Ducks fell to Lancaster trying to pull off a comeback. They lost 9-8. 1-2. Swinging a number back to Joey. Gloves, turns, throws to short. Dent to first. Double play. 1-6-3. And Nash digs it out of the dirt. Revs are out of the inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left. And a good start to the proceedings for Van Meter despite the leadoff walk. At the end of a half, it's the Ducks nothing, the Revs coming up.
You line your feet up on the edge of the starting block, shake out your arms, and then you push off the block in one fluid motion, fully extending your body and cutting into the water with nothing on your mind but the mechanics. You're a swimmer, and whether it's practice time in the pool or crunch time at a meet, Flying Feet is with you every stroke of the way.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is a swimmer's paradise. Get suits by Dolphin, Speedo, Nike, Arena, and Tier. Pick up practice gear, team gear, and training equipment like fins, snorkels, and kickboards. The Flying Feet team has high-tech competitive suits, customizable caps, goggles, even goggle repair items. Shower down with swimmer shampoo and body wash, plus suit wash to limit the wear and tear of chlorine. Time to dive into the pool? Then it's time for Flying Feet. We're more than sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
So, John, what should the Eagles' focus be this season?
Eagles Fast Play for sure.
As opposed to what?
I'm talking Eagles Fast Play tickets from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Playing's faster than our wide receiver running a slant.
Faster than our defense blitzing the QB?
Oh, yeah! The game's got progressive top prizes, plus second chance drawings for Eagles game tickets, meet and greets, autographed merchandise, and more.
Wow, I'm gonna get mine fast.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
come to bat, no score. Right-hander Matt Larkins making the start for Long Island tonight. And Larkins, the big righty, comes in 7-4, 4.16 ERA in 16 starts, 93 innings, 116 hits, 17 walks, 61 Ks. Opponents hitting .307. Against York, 1-0 with a gem, a complete game shutout here early in the year, back in June. On a day much like this, we had a long delay. It was rainy on a Sunday, and he went the distance, an 8-hit shutout. Alonso to lead it off. First pitch is up a little bit, and Larkins, from what I remember, we were told that he was inactive around mid-season. I believe he was about to become a dad, so our congratulations to him. Here's a chopper swatted foul past Polo at third. 1 ball, 1 strike on Zoe, who had a nice series at New Britain, including a 4-hit night on Wednesday, and he's up to 280 in 20 games played. Followed by Casilla and Mesa at the top tonight. A 1-1 breaking ball, and it wrinkles in at the knees for a strike, 1-2. Larkins, who's listed at 6'1", 260, native of Moscow, Idaho. He fires, and a swing and a line drive straight away center. Daniel Fields hustles in. He goes to a slide, can't handle it. And Zoe, a big turn at first. He'll stop, though, with a base hit. It's a single. Fields coming in, and it looked like he had him played fairly deep. As he made the slide forward, he came awfully close to plucking that ball off the sod, but it slipped out of his glove. Lead-off base hit.
Well, a great way to start the game for the Revs there, and take advantage of the conditions if you can. Right there, Zoe getting on base, and now will look to make something happen. This Revs lineup, I mean, you can't say enough about what they've done lately, and you only hope they can continue it against these Ducks.
First pitch to Alexi, a swing and a miss. Fastball away. Casilla coming in tonight, .330 for the year. 3 home runs, 33 driven in. That average ranks 4th in the league. Larkins the stretch. 0-1, and Harris fakes going and stops. Pitch misses outside. Zoe is 8 for 9 and stolen bases. Last night he had a sac fly. He did see a 7-game hitting streak end, as well as a 6-game streak in which he had scored a run. He drove in one, and as he draws a throw over. No score here in the first tonight. The Revs over the last 10 games hitting .345. They've averaged 7.3 runs per game. Another move, and it's close, but he's back. He was moving the feet towards second at least to get a bigger lead, and it was at that moment that Larkins moved over. A good move from the big righty, and the throw was right on target.
Well, I thought he had him. I really did. Zoe was dead right there, and maybe he got the hand back in before that tag, but it was really close.
Larkins set. 1-1. And a swing and a pop-up, middle of the infield. Lyons from short coming in. And it's going to be the second baseman, Valdespin, who comes in further and takes care of that. Right behind the mound, 1 away. And Melky Mesa to the plate. Mesa DHing the night. Comes in at .323. That's 6th in the league. 17 home runs is 4th. Really, he's got 18, which is tied for 3rd. 73 driven in. Really, it's 74. Either way, he's 2nd in the league in RBIs. And right behind Blake Galen, who leads the league with 75. Mesa with 73 on paper coming in tonight. Throw to first. Alonso back standing. He wasn't very far off on that attempt. Mesa, who's got a hit in 20 of his last 24 games. He was held hitless last night. On the stretch, Larkins the pitch, and a swing and a floater into right. He's got a hit here. It lands in shallow right. Harris going to third all the way. Valdespin has to go out from second to grab it. It plopped in shallow right near the line on that wet grass and just stuck. Like a shot approaching the green with a pitching wedge. Melky does his dance, and they're on at the corners for Talvin Nash.
Just a little jam shot that falls in for a Texas leaguer right there. And if that's what all a righty can do at the plate when he gets a fastball cut or whatever it is inside, is just try to get some of the bat out, get the hands out in front, and hopefully that happens. Oftentimes you get a little number back to the pitcher, but right there Melky's able to fight it off so strong and able to flick it into right.
Now here's Talvin, who's got 10 home runs, but unfortunately on paper it's 9. There's Larkins with the pitch, and that misses high. Revs won 3-0 last night. Somebody said to me, well, it's no big deal, they won. Well, it's a big deal to Talvin, who's should have had 10 home runs. It was wrong that they overturned it.
He'll get his actual 10th. No, I got to imagine it's not going to be too long.
1-0, swinging a high fly, shallow right. And Harris, who can score from shallow right. Williams coming in, he slides, he can't make the play. Harris will score on that. And everybody on, everybody up. It's 1-0 York. Talvin Nash with a high fly in shallow right. And Miles Williams was so deep, he had to come all the way in and slide and could not make the grab. It's an RBI single, 1-0 York. Sometimes better to be lucky with where it's placed.
Yeah, and I imagine even if Williams catches that standing up, that Zoe's going to tag there. With his speed, he can score from anywhere. Plus, Williams has to make a good throw home, and to do that with the wet outfield, it takes good footing and a good throw. So I feel like the Revs probably would have scored that run anyway.
Now 1-0, it's their third single of the first inning. Here's Tejeda. He went just 1 for 12 in the series at New Britain, but so exciting to have him back in the lineup. And Larkins with the pitch. Swing, and he fouls it against the screen. And I think I don't know if his footing bothered him on that swing. He kind of hopped out of the box, but seems to be fine. And they did have the critical areas covered all day, of course, with the tarp. Mace thought that even though Tejeda went 1 for 12 in that series, just his mere presence immediately got Talvin better pitches to hit. Nash did have a big series at New Britain in front of Tejeda. Nash was 5 for 12 with a homer and a triple. Should have been 6 for 13 with 2 homers and a triple. Overall for Tejeda, hitting .281 in his 9 games with York. 6 the first stint. We had him on pregame the other night. He was so frustrated with how he had to wait for about a month. A little more, actually. Pitch is swung on, fouled back upstairs. Now no balls, 2 strikes. But he was so happy to be back. And he said that getting the timing hitting is one thing. The other thing, it wasn't anything about being behind the plate again. It was the effort and the wear and tear of being back there for 9 innings again. And it was as hot as Sugarland those first 2 days at New Britain. He said he was drinking 4 or 5 liters of water during the game. 0-2. Swing, and he lines it the other way. Base hit down the line in right. Mesa will gallop around third to score. Nash into third, held there. Tejeda's got an RBI double. 2-0 York. And a happy homecoming for Isaias. No place like PeoplesBank Park. And in his first home game in over a month, he rips an RBI double the other way in his first at-bat.
Well, that's good to see. Really good to see him going the other way with authority. And as a right-handed batter, they're probably going to give him that first base line all the time. And that's not a ball that a first baseman's going to catch, even if he's playing a little bit more towards the line. But it's good to see him going the other way and driving the ball.
Now Wellington Dotel. Infield back, first pitch is low. To have Dotel as your number 6 hitter is incredible. Right now, it really is one of the best lineups 1 through 9 that the Revs have ever put out there, certainly in some time, and they've had some lethal ones. The 1-0, breaking ball, he checks, leaving it high. And no appeal made, 2-0.
Well, I don't think there's a question that this is the best lineup in the league. I think you go 1 through 9 with the 9 that are out there tonight. Even a couple guys on the bench, you throw them in there, and it's still the best. I mean, there are just no easy outs.
Here's the 2-0. Swing, and he rips it the other way, and Valdespin will cut it off, ranging far to his left. Throws to first, but a run scores. Nash is home. It's an RBI ground out for Dotel. Larkins stayed away from him, but with the infield back, all he had to do was reach out and serve it. And Dotel picks up his 50th RBI of the year. To head to the third, it's 3-0 in the first.
Like you said, that's all he needed to do, and it truly is, because already a 2-0 lead, a man on third. Just get your bat on the ball and do a job. That's what Dotel did. And back to my point about no easy outs in this lineup, it's pretty awesome when your 9 hitters hitting over 270. Your 6 hitters, a former Atlantic League Player of the Year. Your leadoff hitters, the Independent League's Player of the Year from last year. It's pretty awesome.
Here's Jared Mitchell. He grounds one right side. Valdespin backhands, though, plants and throws to first to end the inning. And he made a fine play to get to that one, going to his right. Mitchell hit it sharply on the ground, but the Revs will take 3. In the first inning tonight, they do it on 4 hits, 1 man left, and a fantastic start to begin this homestand. 3-0 York as we head to the second inning.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Wealth is the ability to feed 100 stray dogs.
Turn empty parking lots into playgrounds.
Watch your child walk down the aisle.
As Henry David Thoreau once said, wealth is the ability to fully experience life. At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we help our clients identify their ambitions, dreams, and financial goals and develop actionable plans to pursue their passions and interests. Let our wealth of knowledge about wealth help you fully experience life. Visit us at wealthofknowledgeyork.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is Jay Gauls. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Spurt Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Second inning tonight here at PeoplesBank Park. I think today there was a lot of doubt as to whether we would even get this far into a game tonight, but things have cleared off. We don't have our high school game due to McCaskey trying to travel from Lancaster. We'll have that tomorrow morning at 10:30 on radio and YouTube now. Taylor Ard leads off the second inning, and Van Meter pumps a strike. Ard, the cleanup hitter, playing at third base for the Ducks. Batting .292, 15 homers, 58 driven in. There's the 0-1. That's inside. He's had a good first Atlantic League season. Van Meter tonight making appearance number 34, start number 9. Now he wants a new ball. The last time that he started, which was 9 days ago at home against Lancaster, truly one of the best starting performances given the situation. He went the distance in a game, first time in his career. Came out unhittable early. Here's a swing and a pop-up foul back over the roof, 1-2. But the thing that was so incredible, I mean, they didn't even know who they were going to start in Game 2 until they saw how Game 1 played out. I'm sure he knew it was a possibility, but for him to be told he was the guy and then to go out and go all 7 innings, he was well up over 100 pitches. He fires, swinging it's fouled back toward the upper deck. And that start was his first start in a little over a month. He started Game 2 of a doubleheader in Lancaster. It's been, now first a foul tip back to the screen. It's been 2 months since he was truly in the rotation on a full-time basis, which originally happened when Ross Detweiler was picked up by the Mariners at the end of May. And Joe's first start was very impressive, eye-opening at Sugarland to be sent right in. He fires, swing and a miss, changeup down and away, and he wins the battle with Ard, his first strikeout of the night.
Well, that's nasty right there, diving down in the zone, and especially after a few pitches back and forth with Ard, him fouling a couple off. For him to be able to go down and low, deep in the count, and get Ard to chase is impressive.
And now with 1 out, David Washington to the plate.
So most important thing is getting the leadoff man out when you need a shutdown inning, because that sets the tone for the whole frame.
First pitch here, fastball in for a strike. Washington hitting at .228, but he's got 22 home runs.
I got to see Fields and Washington next to each other. They look the same.
Here's a fastball up and in, he checks. Appeal to third base, no swing the call.
Both left-handed hitters with the same build, are you kidding me? If they didn't have numbers, we'd be in trouble.
One thing that he has done a lot of this year is strike out. There's the pitch, fastball, that's a strike. He's got 155, that is 47 more than anybody else, but those 22 home runs are tied for the league lead with Galen. Revs a 3-0 lead here in the top of the second tonight. Here's the stretch. 1-2, and it misses down and away. I am very amazed at how many major league trades and big ones have been made after the non-waiver deadline. The pitch, swing and a miss, fastball got him, and back-to-back strikeouts for Van Meter. I just saw where Gio Gonzalez has been traded to the Brewers.
Really?
For 2 minor leaguers.
Wow.
But doesn't it seem like there's way more this year than normal?
It does, because last year you didn't really hear about many waiver deals until Verlander waived his no-trade clause maybe 2 seconds before the deadline.
That's
I mean,
right.
it was that close last year. But this year, it seems like every contender's made some move. The A's have made, I think, 3 waiver deals. The Phillies have made maybe I think it's also 3.
Yeah.
The Nationals have sent 3 guys away through waiver deals.
Andrew
McCutchen last night, yeah. It's wild. And a lot of big names, too. I mean, Daniel Murphy, McCutchen now.
Here's Ramon Cabrera. He pops the first one foul and back.
Gio.
So, yeah, that breaking news just came across.
And I think the reason you see so many more waiver deals nowadays is because the second wild card means there's so many more contenders around the deadline, and then when teams fade off after the non-waiver deadline, that's when teams really start to sell.
Van Meter, the 0-1. Fastball, that's inside. Well, tomorrow at noon is the deadline for Atlantic League teams to make trades. Long Island made one today. They acquired Brett Marshall, starting pitcher from Southern Maryland, completing an earlier deal. 1-1, and a swing and a miss. Cabrera reaching for a changeup. Earlier this year, Ducks sent reliever Jason Creasy to Southern Maryland, so that closes the book on that transaction. Cabrera hitting .257, switch hitter bats left, pitch, it is swung on, loop to second, and Casilla right there waiting on it. Makes the grab as Van Meter got in on him, and he dominates the middle of the order in a 1-2-3 second inning, 2 strikeouts and a jam shot. Go to the bottom of the second, it's 3-0 York.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Getting pumped for another year of high school football? All this month, Sports Radio 1350 WOIK lays it all out for you in the High School Football Spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2018 York Adams League.
Or go to WOIK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football preview. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Only here on Sports Radio 1350.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Revs with a 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the second tonight. Brian Dent will lead things off. Revs with 4 base hits in the first inning. And Larkin's first pitch of the inning. It is a breaking ball over for a strike. His first start here, the only other start against the Revs this year that he's made. Complete game shutout in June, but Revs sent 7 to the plate on him in the first. Here's a swing and a pop-up. Foul ground, Cabrera heading over from the catching spot, and that lands about 5 rows in behind the net over to the left of home plate. Dent coming in tonight at .265 clip, 12 homers, 45 driven in. He's been swinging the bat well. Larkins winds. Here's the 0-2. And that misses high. Dent, Castillo, and Harris here in the second inning tonight. Gray, kind of gloomy evening, but great to be back, great to be playing after torrential downpours earlier today. The pitch, and that's in the dirt, skips past Cabrera. Matt Larkins, 29 years old, 7th year pro. He's never been in a major league organization. Nods yes. Here's the kick, the 2-2. Swinging a foul against the netting as Dent hangs in there. Larkins last year, a couple of flirts at no-hitters. Took one into the 9th in a game at Somerset, gave up a leadoff home run. Another 2-2. And a swing and a pop-up left side of the infield. It's Ard at third under it, tapping the glove off his thigh. He'll make the grab, 1 away. Larkins also had a bid 4 starts later, a 1-hit shutout with 10 strikeouts against Lancaster at home last year. Allowed the hit early in the game, but it was the only hit he gave up. Ducks have had 1 no-hitter in their history. Long before the Revs existed, May of 2001, Rod Henderson did it against Atlantic City. Here's Henry Castillo. Larkins the pitch. It is down and in. Castillo had a hit in each of his last 3 at-bats last night, 3 for 4. He set up the first run of the game, leading off the 6th with a hit. Pitch. It is in the dirt. And then he drove in the 3rd run, an insurance run on a 2-out hit the next inning.
Well, he's been great for the Revs, and that's a really underrated pickup by Mace. He just looks more comfortable, and he's finding his stroke at the plate while also playing pretty good defense.
Pitch to him, breaking ball, misses high.
I think the thing a lot of people don't realize with Castillo is he's got some sneaky power to the gaps. Not really a home run hitter, but we did see him go Oppo Taco over left center a few games ago at home, and that was a shot, but he can go to the right center gap with ease.
3-0, he takes, it is a strike. He really made a couple of nice plays at short last night to both directions, and he is now hitting 270. 3-1, and it misses outside. 1-out walk, and the Revs with their 5th base runner, the first time through the order, as we head back to the top, and Alonzo Harris. Alonzo a single and a run in the first inning, leading off the game.
Well, he got it started, and that's what the Revs have done well this year, is whoever's leading off. It's mainly been Mitchell, but now recently it's been Harris almost exclusively. Those guys have really set the tone. Harris a little bit more aggressive than Mitchell in a leadoff role, although Mitchell at times was very aggressive, has a few leadoff homers, but Harris has done a really good job attacking early.
First pitch, it is down and away, breaking ball. Larkins did win his last time out, 4-2 against the Road Warriors. He wins 7. His ERA a little bit better in the low 4s on the road, but he's 2-3 on the road, 5-1 at home. Now deals, swinging a towering fly ball foul. Harris out in front, and he launches that thing.
Wow.
Up toward the light pole.
It was up there.
It was out toward small field where our high school broadcast would have been taking place from tonight.
Oh, is that where it would have been that close? Okay.
Yeah. Maybe they'll find it on their way over there tomorrow morning. Larkins a move to first. Back standing is Castillo. Yeah, we could have checked in on the boys. You can certainly see the field from some of the skyboxes here at PeoplesBank Park. Larkins ready at the belt. 1-1 pitch, swinging a high pop. And in the middle of the infield, it's Valdespin coming in, calls off Lyons, who just can't make a play with Valdespin next to him. The second baseman has handled in some fashion 4 of the 5 outs. Alonzo was really trying to lift and torque one there, but got under it. Now with 2 down, here's Alexi. It's a 3-0 Revs lead here in the second inning tonight. Casilla pop up to Valdespin his first time. Larkins ready. First pitch, it is over for a strike, a 2-seamer that started in and tailed back. Larkins' his last 14 starts, just 11 walks. For the year, 1.1 walk per start. He deals, and in the dirt, and it got past Cabrera. Ricochets over to the left. Castillo moves up. It's a wild pitch. In the dirt, and I think it got through Cabrera and might have hit Brian DeBrouwer's shin guard. If not, it hit Cabrera's shin guard and ricocheted away. Castillo saw that, takes the extra bag. And now a simple base hit could bring him home. It's a 3-0 lead. Revs looking to add to it. On the stretch and the pitch. And a swing and a foul upstairs, third base side. Larkins faced the Revs 7 times before this year. 3-2 with a 5.06 ERA all-time against York. Complete game shutout earlier this year, but last year they had pretty good success against him. 1-2. Swing, and this one's fouled away off to the left.
There were a couple different times in that complete game shutout that the Revs looked like they were going to get on the board. I mean, 8 hits, you scatter that, throw it a complete game shutout. It's still pretty impressive regardless of how many hits you give if it's a 0 in the run column. But there were times where the Revs had multiple runners on base. Larkins was able to work out a game that maybe the Revs don't win, but one you thought they could have scratched across a couple, but Larkins battled.
Now fires. Swinging a bouncing ball at first base. Washington away from the bag, flips to Larkins, and they just got Alexi, who dove in head first. He made it close on a high bounding ball to first. He took nothing for granted and hustled all the way to make it close. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. We'll go to the third tonight. Still a 3-0 Revs lead.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Will I have saved enough for college by the time she gets her driver's license?
How can I ensure beautiful music is always made on the symphony stage?
When I retire, can I take that vacation I always dreamed about?
When life's persistent questions have you seeking answers, turn to Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group. Let our wealth of knowledge about wealth help turn life's questions into financial plans of action and memorable outcomes. Smith, Mayer & Little, answering life's most persistent questions. Visit us at wealthofknowledgeyork.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Show your patriotism and Rev spirit with the new York Revolution Hat Pack. Get 6 undated ticket vouchers to use any way you'd like and 2 parking passes, plus an exclusive Revolution hat featuring the Revs logo in red, white, and blue. It's an exclusive design from York's own Legacy Athletic and one you can only get through this special offer. The Revs Hat Pack. 6 game ticket vouchers, 2 parking passes, and an exclusive Revolution baseball cap, all for just $75. Get yours while supplies last at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Michael Click. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball, home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WYK. First in York, first in sports.
On to the third inning, and the Revs a 3-0 lead here in the early going tonight. Van Meter ready to go. Here is his first pitch to Miles Williams leading off. And it is down low, snuck behind Tejeda off his glove. We saw Williams make his debut on the road a couple of weeks ago, and he had an adventurous day in right field, but contributed at the plate. He's hitting .279, 1-0. Grounds it sharply to second, skidding right through the grass, but right to Alexi. And he'll handle that and throw him out at first. 1 away here in the top of the third inning. On our WellSpan Sports Medicine Injury Report, Revs with both Junior Rincon and Jonathan Sanchez back home with biceps tendonitis. Tyler Clark with the team, but on the DL again, letting that finger completely heal. Now with Tejeda back at the catching spot. Luis Cruz had the hamate bone operated on. Here's Anthony Vega. He shows bunt, and Van Meter delivers a strike. Vega hitting at .181 with 3 home runs. Van Meter with the 1-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew a fastball by him. Revs also with Jay Goss and Frank DeGiulio Jr. out with their elbow situations. That's our WellSpan Sports Medicine Injury Report. Now the 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Right back to the fastball. 3 in a row. And Van Meter owned him in that at bat. That's his 3rd strikeout.
The velocity isn't as high as it was last time for Van Meter, but 89 right there back-to-back on the black. You're going to get outs that way as long as you're painting the corners. That's what Van Meter did. Got it a little elevated where Vega swung over it, swung through it. And as long as he's doing that, that good back and forth with Tejeda, Van Meter's going to have some success going forward.
Now the K-man, Dan Lyons, hitting .222. First pitch, fastball, it's a called strike. Lyons with 6 home runs, 31 driven in. The 8th-year Duck. Lou Ford, a 9th-year Duck. There's the 0-1. Swinging a bouncing ball toward 3rd and foul. And Van Meter, 2 strikes on him.
Duck for life.
Yeah. Rick really selling it on the PA right now, the Moz sticks. Van Meter ready to go. And the 0-2. Fastball high and away. Rick's got everybody's taste buds activated. Now he's talking about the sauce. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball, pulled and through. Base hit left field. Castillo at 3rd dove to his left, but Dan Lyons has the Ducks' first hit of the night. Van Meter had retired 7 in a row after the leadoff walk to start the game, and he had gotten 8 outs from those 7 hitters, including a double play in the first. We'll go to the top of the order, and Valdespin, who had that first inning walk. Revs up 3-0 here in the 3rd tonight. Next to last homestand of the year. First pitch, it is a changeup down and away. There's a 3-game series at Somerset next weekend. 4 games will be completed because there's a suspended game, but other than that, 12 of the final 15 are at home. There's the 1-0, and in the dirt, snuck past Tejeda again, and Lyons will move up to second, a wild pitch. He got a little of it, but it did go most of the way to the backstop before stopping.
This is a big out right here to get through 3 scoreless to start the game. You don't want that 2-out base runner to score, and right now in scoring position with 2 outs. Got to avoid that run coming in. Van Meter's been so good with the fastball, and 2-0, you got to believe he comes with it here.
And the pitch, he did, and he got the strike called, top of the zone, 92 miles an hour on PeoplesBank Park radar.
You know, that one was easy. Sometimes I get the pitches right that are coming next. The 2-0, that had to be a fastball. I mean, sometimes I'm nowhere close.
You have like a 1-3, 1-4
Yeah, it's not
chance.
bad. I mean, that's an all-star player, 1-3.
Yeah. Here's a fastball that just missed in near the same spot, 3-1.
You know, recently Jim Thome he was either doing color for a game or he was on the desk at MLB Network as one of the analysts on one of the I guess MLB Tonight or so, and he was like, this next pitch is either going to be a fastball or a changeup, and it was a slider, and he was like, that's why I struck out so often.
Even the Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Now the 3-1 inside, and Valdespin, you can hear him react as he yanked his hands in to protect the moneymakers. He'll head to first. It's a walk. And he has walked both times tonight. Right in near his fists. So first and second, inning continues for Daniel Fields. Hit into a fielder's choice at short his first time tonight. Revs 3, Ducks nothing here in the 3rd. Van Meter trying to finish the inning and keep it that way. And he's ready. A glance back, fires, and it's a little bit low. Change up to start off Fields. 1 ball, no strikes. On the 1-0. Oh, that's inside. Fields has to jump back. Well, they are trying to work that inside part of the plate, but Van Meter missing in. Tejeda walks a couple steps toward him. A little couple words of a pep talk as he throws it back. Tonight, the 52nd start of Van Meter's career. 10th in the Atlantic League. Pitch is swung on, fouled away down the left field side. His 9th start this year. He really helped hold that rotation together in the first half. They had all sorts of things. Detweiler and Groats picked up. Goss hurt. The 2-1. Fastball missed high. Severino was hurt for a while, and then eventually his season unfortunately kind of unraveled on him. Van Meter ready, the 3-1, and he missed high. Now he has gotten a little bit out of the strike zone here. Back-to-back walks after the 2-out single. He was a strike away from ending the inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Lou Ford. Fletch will come out and pay a visit.
Well, this is a good visit for Fletch. Bases loaded for a guy hitting over 300 with some pop. It's not a good situation right now. The Revs up 3-0, but could easily be a 3-3 game with 1 swing. Right now, Van Meter just has to stay within himself and not try to overthrow that fastball, not try to paint the corners too much, but just get it over and trust his defense behind him.
Lou Ford this year 8 for 14 with the bases loaded, 571, 21 RBIs. It is a big spot here early in this game. Revs doing the work to build a 3-0 lead. Fletch on his way back to the dugout. Van Meter ready, waiting for Ford to dig in. Hit into a 1-6-3 double play back to Van Meter his first time. Slightly closed stance. First pitch, fastball just inside. Ford coming in tonight, as we said earlier, last 18 games hitting .435. That's not a small sample size. Pitch, swing and a miss on a high fastball at 94. That covers pretty much 3 weeks on which he's hit way over 400. Tyler Clark can still catch bullpens. He is headed down there now. The 1-1, and it's fouled off, way off to the right side. And Van Meter will get ahead, something he had not been able to do the previous 2 hitters. Trying to squelch this threat right here.
That's got to be a worst case scenario for any catcher, to be on the disabled list but still be healthy enough to catch bullpens.
Yeah. There's something wrong with that equation. There's the 1-2. Swing and a foul back onto the roof. Knowing Tyler, he will do absolutely anything to help the team, but everybody loves to hit.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing you really can't do right now.
Well, even so, even putting the hitting aside, I mean, to have the one duty to do while you're on the disabled list is to catch bullpens, that's just not fun at all.
Pitch, that is inside, 2-2.
Nothing fun about catching bullpens. I mean, at this level, it's different. I'm just thinking back to my high school days when, you know, guys, the command was off, or certain guys that I caught would just get upset with himself and then throw 20 extra pitches because they couldn't end on a good one.
Now the 2-2. Swinging a line drive, center field. Harris coming over, back into right center, and he makes the grab. Alonzo Harris going back fairly deep. but he had it all the way, and Van Meter leaves the bases loaded. No runs, 1 hit, no damage done in the inning. We go to the bottom half of the third, still 3-0 York.
Tired of hearing that music? Especially when you already have that same ice cream in your freezer. Try something new and amazing with Tropical Shaved Ice. On Monday morning after the big company event, do you want the buzz down the hall to be, how awesome was this year's company picnic? Then crush boredom and bring on Kona Ice with over 32,000 flavor combinations. This is not your typical lackluster snow cone. Their flavors are bold and delicious. Fuzzy Navel, Margarita, Blue Hawaiian. Kona Ice is dairy-free, gluten-free, and they even offer flavors that are sugar and dye-free. No party is too big or too small. They can serve up to 1,000 people per hour. They have party packages starting as low as $100. To add more excitement to your next event, find them online.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, a family tradition since 1946.
This is Logan Williamson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Revs lead it 3-0. We head to the bottom half of the third tonight. Malky Mesa will lead things off. Singleton scored in the first inning. And we've talked a bit about it the last couple of days. He's got 29 RBIs in the month of August in 27 games. 1 shy of the team's August record, 3 shy of the any month record. First pitch breaking ball is in the dirt. It's the most in a month by a Revs hitter since Andres Perez had the same total, 29 in August 3 years ago. Larkins with the 1-0. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, trying to catch a hanger, but broke away from him. The team record for August is 30. Jason Espedo in 08, Chris Nowak in 2012. 32 is the any month record. Here's the 1-1. And a ground ball pulled over to short. Lyons has to go to his left. Dropped the ball, now throws and throws it away. Mesa legs it out. He's safe at first. And he will stay there. He hit it to Lyons' left, had to range over. It's an infield hit for Malky. He's 2 for 2 on the night. It was not an easy play for the shortstop to make.
No, it wasn't, and he's able to knock it down, which is impressive given that, you know, that there's a ton of diamond dry on the field. Probably tough to move out there.
Man.
But to keep it in the infield's impressive, and then just, you know, that's a ball off the bat where you figure it's either going up the middle or it's getting knocked down, and that's it. So, Melky, good job legging it out.
Here's Talbin. RBI single in the first, and a run. First pitch. He swings, smokes one. Center field, that's a hit. Line shot, scalded back up the middle. Mesa goes to second, and Nash is on. He's 2 for 2, and I can't think of a much worse feeling for a pitcher than to release a pitch and know that Nash is about to hit it right back at you.
I think Nash, if for some reason they were to do a righty shift on him and put the second baseman up the middle, I think that would single-handedly get rid of it. I don't think any second baseman would want a ball that hard hit coming at him. But I was just getting ready to say a little right center approach here from Nash, something to the gap would be huge, but if you can hit a ball that hard up the middle, that works too, set up first and second.
Here's Tejeda, RBI double in the first, in his first home at bat since July. First pitch is watched in for a strike. Revs lead at 3-0. They are now out hitting the Ducks 6-1. By the way, that single-month RBI record, and Mesa has tonight left to go for it. 32, Chris Ashby in July of 08, Johan Lamonta May of 2014. Here's the 0-1, and Tejeda watches another one in. He didn't seem to like it much, but Larkins ahead of him with 2 strikes. Dotel next. What a lethal lineup to try to navigate through, especially when there's guys on base as often as there have been tonight.
A lot different lineup than Larkins faced in June.
Here's the 0-2 in the dirt, and Cabrera, a tough one there, but he blocks it straight out in front. Mesa a couple steps toward third, has to hang tight.
Well, on June 10th, Larkins faced Silva, Casilla, Dotel, Wilson, Dent, Mesa, Cuevas, Spoon, and Clark. That was the lineup. So still most of the guys here, but a lot different lineup.
Mesa walks to his lead from second, Nash to his from first. The 1-2, and that's inside. Good eye from Tejeda. Not too far from where the first 2 strikes were called, but a little in off the plate.
Well, that's a good call from DeBrouwer because Van Meter missed on the exact same pitch last inning, so that there's some consistency there.
Now 2-2, Larkins nods yes. And fires. Swing and a line drive, left center. It's got some air under it as well. Carrying deep, and it is caught by Anthony Vega. Mesa will tag from second, goes to third, ball gets away, and we almost had a collision in left center. Holy smokes. Daniel Fields from center came over. He went into a slide. Vega stayed on his feet, made a great running grab, and sidestepped his center fielder, who almost inadvertently took him out. And then he spun, fired in toward third. Mesa does advance from second. Tejeda robbed of extra bases on that running grab. It's first and third, 1 out.
That was a really aggressive tag up from Melky Mesa to have to go back to the bag, then go. I think he knew that it was going to be an off-balance throw from the outfield and that the cutoff man, the shortstop, Lyons, wasn't facing third. And I think he started his slide at about the third base cutout. He slid forever. Somehow Art jumped over him.
Here's Dotel on a pitch in tight. Larkins trying to pound these right-hand hitters in here this inning.
I was worried that Mesa was either going to take the relay throw to the noggin or Art was going to fall on him, but Art avoided him and jumped over.
It was Larkins who backed up the throw. 1-0 to Dotel. Breaking ball, big swing and a miss. Dotel and RBI ground out in the first inning. It's 3-0. Revs trying to add with first and third, 1 out. RBI was Dotel's 50th of the year, 48 with York. Larkins ready. Setting up in again, the 1-1. And that's inside. Dotel is one of the best opposite field right-hand hitters in the league. And Tejeda really can be as well when he's locked in. He did double the other way his first time. These 2 hitters primarily, they've really pounded in here this inning. The 2-1 going in again, and Dotel chops it up the middle. Valdespin backhands, dumps it off to short. The turn, though, is late. Mesa scores. It's 4-0 York. And Dotel with RBI number 2 on his evening. Valdespin had a little trouble getting it out of his glove. Did dump it off to Lyons. And by that point, no chance to get Wellington. Nash sliding in. He made sure that Lyons was all right, and he was. And the Revs add a run, 4-0 here in the third.
And that's not really a ball you can turn 2 on anyway. Dotel's got speed, so I mean he's going to get down the line pretty quickly. But and with the field conditions as well, you're just worried about getting the flip out of your glove for the first out.
Here's Mitchell. First pitch is up and away. Dotel faked running on it from first base. He is a 2-out base runner for Mitchell, who hit it sharply but grounded to second his first time. Dotel does have 20 steals on the year, 19 of those with York. Larkins the stretch. The 1-0. And a swing and a pop-up foul ground from third. R to look, but it's well back in the seats. At Dotel tonight, both RBIs coming on ground balls to second. And it depends on the night with every team, but Revs recently doing a pretty good job most nights on getting guys over, getting them in, sometimes even without needing hits to do it. Now the stretch from Larkins. 1-1. Fastball, that's over for a strike, inner half. 4-0 lead. First of 3 with Long Island this weekend. Long Island is maybe the team that the Revs need to beat the most going into the final couple of weeks. Last 3 chances to do so. Here's the stretch, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase in the dirt. Tag applied by Cabrera. And the side retired. But the Revs add a run to their lead on 2 hits. 1 man left. We go to the 4th. Michael with the play-by-play. The Revs lead it 4-0.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
Hi, this is Steve Navaroli. Join me Saturday mornings at 9 for Central PA Game Day presented by Neighborhood Sure Save Markets right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Tune in each week as we break down the latest in high school sports, including Friday night's big games, the week's top performers, and the rest of the sports scene both locally and nationally. Central PA Game Day presented by Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, Saturdays at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
This is Paul Fletcher. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Nothing Revs over the Ducks, top of the 4th inning in Game 1 of this 3-game series. 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Revs. No runs on just 1 hit, no errors for the Ducks. Joe Van Meter back out for a 4th inning of work. He'll face Taylor Ard, David Washington, and Ramon Cabrera. 4, 5, 6 in the Ducks order as the Revs look to keep the lead right where it is. Joe Van Meter, making his 9th start of the year, has looked good so far. He's allowed just 1 hit through 3 strong innings. Stranded, the bases loaded, got Lou Ford to line out to center to end the top of the 3rd. Now here in the 4th, first pitch to Taylor Ard's a strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1. Well, Van Meter was exceptional in his last start. Darryl talked about the 7-inning complete game in that doubleheader against Lancaster. He struck out 7 in that game. Velocity was extremely high as Ard fouls one back in on the hands. It's 0-2. He touched 96 a couple different times in that complete game, did Van Meter. Once, the first time he did it was on strike 3 to end the top of the 1st inning, in which he struck out the side. So the velocity was easily sitting 93, 94 in that game, and he touched 96 a couple times. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, tight slider outside corner. 76 on the gun. He dropped that one down in velocity, but he got Ard to tip it into the glove of Tejeda. Another punch out for Van Meter, give him 4 in the game, and Ard is now 0 for 2 with a pair of Ks. 1 out in the top of the 4th now, no one on. Here's David Washington, the first baseman. Washington 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He leads the Atlantic League in strikeouts. And there's nobody else particularly close. He is by far the leader for hitters in the strikeout department. Now 156 on the year as he takes a ball inside. It's 1-0. The next closest hitters are Gustavo Pierre and Corey Vaughn with 108 each. 1-0 pitch, fastball on the outside corner. It's 1-1. 4-0 Revs top 4. They got 3 in the first and 1 more in the third. Wellington Dotel has driven in 2 of the 4 runs. He's hitless, but has brought in 2 runs. That one low and in. Looked like a slider there at Washington. It's 2-1. 4 strikeouts for Van Meter. He's walked 3, but he's only allowed 1 hit, a 2-out single to Lyons in the third. Van Meter set on the mound, out of the stretch, takes the sign from Tejeda, the 2-1. Big swing and a big miss, 90 miles an hour on the gun from Joe. It's not the 93 to 96 range he was in his last start, but he's been effective at 89 and 90 tonight, getting swings and misses up in the zone. 2-2 pitch to Washington. Fastball misses outside. It's 3-2. Washington on the season against the Revs, hitting just .204 in 15 games. He struck out 26 times, including tonight. Make it 27. Another punch out for Van Meter. He goes to the fastball, 88 on the gun, and Washington swings through the full count pitch. 2 up, 2 down for Van Meter. He's now struck out Ard and Washington both times that they've come up, so the middle of the order Van Meter's had success against. Now with 2 outs and no one on, the catcher Ramon Cabrera. So the strikeouts continue for Washington. They continue for Van Meter as well. Here's Cabrera, who popped out his first time up. Revs lead at 4-0, away half of the 4th. Cabrera hitting .298 in 13 games coming in against the Revs this year. 14 hits, 5 of them for extra bases. He sends one to the backstop. It's 0-1. Revs out hitting the Ducks 6-1. Van Meter is a big reason why, as he's allowed just 1 knock. See if Van Meter can strike out the side. Cabrera has struck out 8 times against the Revs this year. Hands held high for the catcher Cabrera. Open stance from the lefty batter's box, deep in the box. 0-1 pitch from Joe. Slider over for a strike, and Van Meter just cannot miss the strike zone right now. Walked 2 in the last inning, but he has found that command once again. 1 strike away from a 1-2-3 frame. Last time he had a 1-2-3 frame, he retired Ard, Washington, and Cabrera in order. See if he can do that again here. 0-2 the count, no one on. 2 outs in the inning. And the pitch just fouled off. Cabrera got a piece on the outer half and sent it right back behind home plate. The count remains 0-2. Big shout out to my man Z, who's the away team bat boy tonight, doing a great job over there, hustling to get that foul ball. Z does a lot around the park, helps out with the ops guys in the visiting clubhouse. Big shout out to my man Z. 0-2 2-out pitch coming up again to Cabrera. Van Meter set, has the sign. Straightaway defense. And the pitch, grounded up the middle. It hits off Van Meter's foot, locates it to the left side of the diamond, but not in time did Van Meter get to it. Cabrera is already safe at first. It's an infield single. Cabrera just got a piece of that off the end of his bat, sent it right back to Van Meter, but Van Meter, coming off the mound, the way he finishes it, he didn't see it right away. It hit off his left cleat, it looked like. It might have been his right the way he finished. Either way, it hit off one of his cleats and bounced away in front of Castillo at third. Neither could get it in time. So Cabrera legs out a 2-out infield single. Runner at first now for Miles Williams, the right fielder. Williams grounded to second his first time up. It's only the second hit allowed by Van Meter, the Cabrera infield knock. First pitch to Williams. Fastball misses a little bit outside. It's 1-0. 4-0 Revs in game 1 of this 3-game series. Top of inning number 4. Revs tacked on 1 more in the third after getting 3 in the first. Pitch to Williams, big swing and a big miss. 88 there. Either the radar gun is off by a few miles an hour tonight, or these Ducks hitters are just really behind Van Meter's fastball. Maybe it has a little extra cut on it tonight. But he is blowing guys away between 88 and 89 on the gun. And 90. 1-1 pitch, fastball upstairs. That was 89. Williams laid off. It's 2-1. Williams on the season hitting .279. This is only his 18th game, one of the newer additions to the Ducks. They've had a little turnover recently. 2-1 from JVM, fastball outside corner. That's called strike 2, and the count evens up at 2. 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Van Meter looking to keep this a 4-0 game and send it to the bottom of the 4th. Van Meter set on the mound. Tejeda wants it outside, and the pitch fouled off. Williams got a piece of it and stays alive there in the box. It's Cabrera on first after an infield single. 2 outs in the frame. Revs defense straight away, a little bit of wind blowing out in right center. On what's turned out to be a cool night as it is drying up here in York. 2-2 pitch, swing and a foul tip just off the glove of Tejeda. He's looking at his catcher's mitt and probably wondering why it didn't stick in there. But Williams stays alive, fouls another one off. This is Van Meter's 4th game, his 2nd start against the Ducks this year. He's 0-1. He's given up 6 runs in 10 innings coming in, but has changed his season against the Ducks here tonight with 3 2/3 scoreless so far. 2-strike pitch, slider low and away, appeal down to first, no swing, says first base umpire Buzz Albert. Van Meter wanted it, and maybe because it looked like Williams went. I mean, this looked as clear as day, but Albert says he held up, so the count runs to 3-2. Tejeda will let everyone know that Cabrera will be off on the pitch as Van Meter gets ready for the 3-2 pitch. Here it is, fastball fouled back. And once again, Williams stays alive with a foul ball. Van Meter's had to work for out number 3 in each of the last 2 innings. After retiring the first 2 in order in the 3rd, he went single, walk to load the bases, then got Ford to fly out. Here, strikeout, and then a single from Cabrera. Tough AB from Williams. The 3-2 once more, swing and a miss, foul tip into the glove of Isaias Tejeda, and Van Meter strikes out the side. 6 punch-outs for him through 4 shutout innings. And we go to the bottom of the 4th with the Revs still leading 4-0. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left in the inning for the Ducks. Revs holding that 4-run lead. Will go to the bottom of the 4th after this.
Have you heard? Royal Farms has gotten the national culinary recognition it deserves. Yeah, in Food and Wine magazine's article, 10 gas station foods across the country that are worth the detour, they put Royal Farms' world-famous chicken at the top of the list. Well, we've always known that Royal Farms has the best fried chicken, but now the whole world knows. So hurry into a Royal Farms to pick up some of their nationally recognized world-famous chicken before the world beats a path to their door. Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast.
If you own a tractor-trailer business, then you know the cost of having your rig down instead of on the road. Rivers Truck Center in Red Lion keeps your trucks on the road by providing a one-stop shop for all your trucking needs. Rivers handles full-service truck sales and carries a full line of parts for all makes and models, has their own full-service collision center, and provides 24-hour emergency towing and roadside assistance. Check out riverstruck.com for more info. There's a reason Rivers Truck Center has been in business for over 40 years. They really do care.
It is easy being green. In York County, trash is safely managed at a waste-to-energy facility where it is used as fuel to produce electricity. The electricity generated from trash is enough to power 20,000 homes. That's enough to light the entire city of York. Learn more at www.ycswa.com. Garbage is power.
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 4th inning from PeoplesBank Park. It's the Revs 4 and the Long Island Ducks nothing. The Revs got 3 in the 1st, 1 more in the 3rd. And as Ryan Dent gets set to lead off the top of the 4th, Matt Larkins comes back out for another inning. 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Revs. No runs on just 2 hits and no errors for the Ducks. 4 scoreless innings for Joe Van Meter. He's stranded a handful of Ducks runners, make it 4 in the game now after stranding 1 after striking out the side in the 4th. Here's Ryan Dent to face Larkins. First pitch to Dent, fastball sent right back to the backstop. It's 0-1. Dent, Castillo, and Harris 8-9-1 for the Revs. As this potent lineup now almost the second time through the lineup full against Larkins. The Revs got 3 runs in the first inning. Telvin Nashon an RBI single, Tejeda an RBI double, and Dotel an RBI ground out. A 1 pitch to Dent, breaking ball outside and a little bit low. It's 1-1. And then after not scoring in the second inning, Dotel brought another run home with an RBI ground out in the third. That was an RBI fielder's choice grounder. And it's 4-0. 1-1 pitch to Dent, swing and a miss. A changeup outside corner. 81 on the gun from Larkins right there. Changes speeds on the Revs shortstop. And the count's 1-2. 4-0 lead for the Revs. They look to tack on. Larkins out of the windup, the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, nasty slider down in the zone. 1 up, 1 down in the inning for Larkins. Back-to-back strikeouts. He got Mitchell on strikes to end the third. Now has his second strikeout of the game with Dent here in the fourth. So no on and 1 out for Henry Castillo, the Revs' third baseman. Walked and got to second on a wild pitch his first time up. Castillo's come on strong for the Revs lately, hitting .270 in 28 games. 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run with 11 RBIs, so he's finding ways to contribute and bring in some runs. First pitch from Larkins, fly ball the other way. This has a chance, and it's going to go foul. Well, Castillo got some good one on it there. It had a chance to either go off the arch nemesis or maybe over if it stayed fair, but it is a foul ball, and the count is 0-1. Castillo smoked a line drive home run to left center in this park just a few home games ago. His pop has really come along. So he digs back in the lefty batter's box. 0-1 pitch coming. Line drive the other way. This is going to get down. A fair ball down the left field line. Castillo digging for 2. Corralling it in left field is Vega. It's a stand-up double for Henry Castillo, his 5th of the season, and he's a 1-out base runner in scoring position for Alonzo Harris at the top of the order. I was just talking about the extra base hit distribution for Castillo, as he adds another extra base hit to his total. He's now at second base after the 2-bagger. As Alonzo Harris comes up, Castillo has now reached safely both times against Larkins. Stays the other way with that approach against Larkins. Back-to-back pitches he went that way, and this one he kept fair. Nothing Vega could do about it. He was shaded over towards left center. 4-0 Revs with 1 out and a man on second in the fourth. Harris swings at the first pitch, pops it up at second base. Valdespine's under it, and he makes the grab off to his left in the infield for out number 2. So Larkins comes back and on 1 pitch gets out number 2 as Harris, a little extra aggressive there, pops out to second for his second straight at-bat. And now with 2 outs and a man on second, here's Alexi Casilla. Casilla continues to rake for the Revs. There's no slowing down the 34-year-old vet. Raised his batting average up to .330 after last night's game where he had 2 hits in New Britain. First pitch to him, inside-out swing off the netting on the left side. It's 0-1. With that .330 batting average, Casilla 4th in the league in that department. A couple of his teammates right behind him, Melky Mesa and Wellington Dotel. Casilla comes into the game tie for 4th in the league with 120 hits. Looking for his first hit tonight. Larkins looks at second. Now the 0-1. Big secondary lead for Castillo as Casilla takes a strike. It's 0-2. 0-2 the count now on Alexi. Larkins looking to work out of it for the Ducks. Revs looking to tack on another. They lead it 4-0 in the fourth. Larkins looks at second again. Castillo dancing off. And the pitch to Casilla. Chopper back to Larkins, actually over his head. He won't get there. Valdespina has no play as the second baseman fields it. An infield hit for Alexi Casilla. And moving up to third base is Henry Castillo. And the Revs will have runners at first and third with 2 outs here in the fourth. The inning continues as Casilla legs that one out. The chopper, it looked like it was going to come back to Larkins or he was going to be able to grab it on a leap. He was not able to. Valdespin at second really had no chance to make the play at first. And Casilla beats it out for an infield knock. And in the infield hit department, that's Casilla's 41st of the season, second of the night for the Revs. First and third for the Milkman. See if he can deliver with 2 outs. It's already 4-0 Revs in the fourth. Larkins set. Taking his time, first pitch to the plate. Broken bat jam shot up the middle. Backhanded by Valdespin. Throws to second just in time to get Alexi Casilla at the bag. And the inning ends on a 4-6 fielder's choice. Casilla not happy with the call. It was a bang-bang play at second. And had he beat it, it would have been another lead or another run for the Revs. Regardless, the Revs do take a 4-0 lead into the fifth. We'll go there next. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on in the inning for the Revs. They hold that 4-0 lead. Go to the fifth after a break.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
So, John, what should the Steelers' focus be this season?
Steelers fast play for sure.
As opposed to what?
I'm talking Steelers fast play tickets from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Playing's faster than our wide receiver running a slant.
Faster than our defense blitzing the QB?
Oh, yeah! The game's got progressive top prizes, plus second chance drawings for Steelers game tickets, meet and greets, autographed merchandise, and more.
Wow, I'm gonna get mine fast.
Fast play. Play fast, win instantly. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
This is Chang Choi, athletic trainer of the York Revolution. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sport.
4-0 Revs over the Ducks in the first game of this 3-game series. We go to the 5th inning. Joe Van Meter back out for another inning. And Van Meter's allowed just 2 hits through 4 scoreless so far. The Revs have 4 runs on 8 hits on Duck starter Matt Larkins, although Larkins worked out of a first and third 2-out jam. Got Mesa to bounce into a fielder's choice to end the threat. So it's 4-0 after 4. Van Meter, the bottom of the order. First batter is the 8-hitter Anthony Vega. Takes a ball outside. It's 1-0. Vega, Lyons, and Valdespin 8-9-1. Anthony Vega 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging tonight. Van Meter has 6 punch-outs on the night. 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses a little bit low. Looked like it missed right down the middle, but it is called a ball. And the count goes to 2-0. Van Meter's season high in punch-outs is 8. His last start he struck out 7 in that complete game. Looks like he's well on his way to at least maybe tying his season high tonight. 2-0 pitch. That's over for a strike. Looked like had some cut action on that fastball. It's 2-1. Van Meter struck out 8 batters back on June 1st. That was in his first start of the year in Sugar Land. 2-1 pitch. Fastball low and away. It's 3-1. His season high in innings is that 7-inning complete game back on August 22nd. Van Meter has made 1 relief appearance since that start. It was on August 28th, just 3 days ago in New Britain. Worked an inning in 2/3 scoreless. 3-1 to Vega. Fastball misses outside, so Van Meter loses Vega on 5 pitches. And that's a leadoff walk. 4 walks in the game for Van Meter. Brings up the K-man with a man on first and no outs. Here's Dan Lyons. Lions had the first hit in the game against Van Meter. It came with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Revs lead at 4-0, top 5. As Lions steps in. Nash holding on the runner, Vega at first. Big hole between 1st and 2nd. Van Meter's first pitch to Lions misses down. It's 1-0. Lions hitting over 300 against the Revs this season. This is his 14th game against York. Right-hander ready to hit. Right-hander on the mound. Van Meter delivers, misses a little bit low. It's 2-0. Isaiah Tejeda will slowly walk out in front of the mound, take his time, throwing it back to Van Meter, who's missed with 6 of 7, or 5 of 6 in the inning. The Ducks as a team hitting .279 against the Revs this season coming into tonight. But Van Meter has done a good job holding them to just 2 hits through 4+. The 2-0 pitch, fly ball, left center field and deep. Dotel over. He's in the gap, camped under it, makes the grab, and that's the first out of the 5th. Vega retreats to first as Lyons is retired for the first time tonight. F7 in the book. Dotel back out and left tonight. It is not Mesa. Now back to the top of the order, Jordani Valdespin, former New York Met, digs in. He's had a great season for the Ducks. I mean, from the start, this guy has hit, and hit with authority. He's the league's leading hitters among active players. His teammate Emilio Bonifacio, through 70 games, was hitting .348. He is still officially the league leader based on qualifying for it, but by the time the season ends, he will probably not qualify for that. So Valdespin at .337 is the active league leader. Runner goes for second. That's Vega. No throw down from Tejeda, and it's a stolen bag for Anthony Vega. Well, he took off quickly. Van Meter, not like he was slow to the plate there, but Vega just had a great jump, and Tejeda really had no chance to throw down to second base. So a stolen base for Anthony Vega. First stolen base of the night for either team. Now a man on second with 1 out for Valdespin. 4-0 Revs lead, top of inning number 5. Want to know the count on the Ducks' second baseman. Vega leads off second. Slider from Van Meter. That misses low and out. It's 2-0. For Vega, that's his 23rd stolen base of the season in 24 attempts. He's been incredibly efficient. He's only been caught once. 2-0 coming to Valdespin. Here it is. Fastball outside corner for a strike. Tejeda quick out of the crouch as he looks back Vega to second base. 2-1 now. Van Meter came back with a much-needed strike there. Did not want to go 3-0. James Pugliese getting loose in the Revs pen right now. Revs holding a 4-0 lead in the top of the 5th. Van Meter pauses. The 2-1. Fly ball shallow left toward the line. Dotel racing over. On the run, he will not make the grab. It lands in foul territory over by the Ducks pen. Dotel, an incredible effort just to get there, but slowed up as that ball was approaching the wall and was not able to make the grab. Now, Dotel did maybe have some room to slide, but it would have been pretty dangerous. So you don't want to slide into the concrete wall, especially in the bullpen. You got to deal with the mound and home plate there. You could slip on. Not an easy play for Dotel. Now 2-2 the count on Valdespin. Man on second, 1 out. And the pitch fouled off left side. And the count remains even at 2. Vega led off the inning with a walk. Lyons flew out to left. Vega then stole second during this at bat with Valdespin at the dish. And it is still Valdespin. Two-two pitch coming from Van Meter. He's had to labor in the inning. Vega goes for third. Had a huge jump, but with 2 strikes, having to protect his Valdespin, he fouls it off. So Vega will head back to second. He had an absolutely huge jump. He might have gotten to third before the pitch got there. But Valdespin had to protect. Count stays at 2-2 as Van Meter looks for out number 2 in the 5th. 2-2 with one out. Vega still at second base. He's gotten some big secondary leads. Already has one steal in the inning. We'll see if he goes again. Valdespin ready. The 2-2 pitch. Runner not going. Ball in the dirt. It's 3-2 as that one missed low. Tejeda kept in front. And the count runs full. Only one out in the inning. James Pugliese continues to get loose for the Revs down the right field line. Van Meter trying to get the Revs through 5. The Revs have 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second in this game. And they lead at 4-0. Out hitting the Ducks by 6. It's 8-2 in that column. Vega takes off for third, the 3-2. On the hands, jam shot into left. Dotel races over towards the line. Makes the grab. Vega retreats to second base. And Van Meter, after a lengthy battle with Valdespin, gets him for out number 2. And with 2 down, that'll bring up the 2-hitter, Daniel Fields. Van Meter did a great job getting in on the hands up in the zone on Valdespin right there. Was not able to get extended, was not able to pull the ball, and all he could do was loft it into left. Dotel covers great ground out there, made the grab. So Vega's still on second base, Dent's keeping an eye on him. Van Meter retoes the rubber, looking for the 3rd out of the 5th. Here's the left-handed swinging Daniel Fields. First pitch of the AB, tapped in front of the mound. Tejeda fields it on a bounce, throws off balance to first, and Nash steps on the bag, and the inning is over. Nice play by Tejeda throwing on the run, and a nice play by Nash to hold the first base bag. And Van Meter works around 1 out and a man on second to retire the side. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. Van Meter stranded 5 through 5. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 4-0 Revs.
You know, something funny happens when people buy their dream home. They can both look at the same thing and see it in an entirely different way. He sees a man cave, while she sees an art room.
Hi, my name is Ryan Scott with J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, and this has become a common theme from our happy customers. With our competitive rates, quick process, and close-on-time guarantee, why would you choose another mortgage company to finance your dreams? Call us today at 855-JGW-LEND so we can get you on your path towards home ownership.
J.G. Wentworth Home Lending will take care of all the details of purchasing your home so you can focus on what to do once you move in. You know, will that great backyard be a beautiful garden? Or a beautiful new pool? Yeah, that's one detail we'll leave up to you. Call 855-JGW-LEND today. Mortgage loans offered by J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, LLC, 3550 Commission Court, Woodbridge, Virginia, NMLS ID 2925, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The Independent Insurance Agent System. Discover the power of choice. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
4-0 Revs, home half of the 5th. Nash, Tejeda, Dotel, middle of the order for York against Duck starter Matt Larkins, who's back out for another inning. He's allowed 4 runs through 4 frames so far on 8 hits as Nash digs in for the 3rd time tonight. Larkins slow to the plate, ready as he delivers a slider that misses low and away to Nash. Nash 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. He drove in a run and scored a run in the 1st inning. Hit a bloop fly ball to right that Miles Williams couldn't handle. It was scored a single. Nash scored the final run of that 3-run inning. 1-0 to him. Skips in the dirt, low and away. 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors for the Revs. No runs on 2 hits, no errors for the Ducks. This game is official now after Joe Van Meter got the Revs through the top of the 5th. He's gone 5 shutout innings in line for the win. 2-0 coming to Nash. Here it is. Fastball misses outside according to Brian DeBrouwer. It's 3-0. Larkin's not wanting to mess with Nash, but as Daryl and I have talked about it throughout the game, you don't really want to mess with anybody in this lineup, so walking a guy, especially the leadoff man, isn't going to get you around somebody. 3-0 pitch coming from Larkins. Nash swings and drives one down the right field line and out of play, foul. That had some distance on it. Went into the home run patio deck. Party deck out there. A 3-0 green light for Nash, and that's no surprise. 3-1 the count. Nash looks hitterish. He doesn't want to take a walk. He will if he needs to, but he wants to hit. Larkins coming to the plate, a slow delivery, the 3-1 pitch. Nash chops it foul down the third base line as Ard gets a glove on it in foul territory, so Nash stays alive. Telvin has been an unbelievably big addition to this Revs lineup. Joined the team in early August and has not stopped hitting since, hitting .357 with 9 official home runs, really 10, and 24 RBIs in just 24 games. 5 for 12 in that New Britain series. He'll take his helmet off, wipe some sweat off, and get set to hop back in that batter's box. Taps the plate a couple times. 3-2 the count, no outs, no one on here in the 5th. Revs lead at 4-0. The payoff pitch to Nash. Ground ball out to short on a few hops. Lyons has it, corrals it, throws to first. Washington holds the bag, and Nash is retired for the first time tonight on the 6-3 putout. Well, here's the catcher, Isaiah Tejeda. He'll bat with 1 out and no one on. Tejeda doubled the other way, doubled home a run on a line drive down the right field line in the first inning. Took a fastball from Larkins and sent it the other way. That's good to see. It's his first hit in PeoplesBank Park since rejoining the team. Now 2 for his last 13 over his last 4, but getting back in the swing of things. First pitch to him here in the 5th. Big swing and a big miss at a slider low and away. Larkins got him to chase. It's 0-1. Tejeda has good numbers through 9 games coming in. .281 with a homer and 4 RBIs. Had an awesome breakout series in Lancaster. Was signed by the Revs to come back to York on July 17th. Went 3 for 4 with a homer, 2 singles, and 3 runs in his season debut. 0-1 pitch. Slider misses away. And another 3 for 4 debut for the Revs was Steven Figueroa in the last home series. Both guys had hits in each of their first 3 at-bats in their season debuts. Telvin Nash also had 3 hits in his season debut. He's another one that I forgot about. 2 homers and a double in that game. 1-1 pitch to Tejeda. Nice slider right there that broke on the inner half. It's 1-2. Tejeda watched it in. So the Revs have had a lot of success from guys making their season debut. Tejeda just another one of them. 1-2 the count on the Revs backstop. Larkins ready out of the windup and the pitch. That one misses down and in, a fastball in the dirt. Count goes to 2-2. It's the Revs 4 and the Ducks nothing in the bottom of the 5th. This is the opener of a 3-game series. Big series for the Revs as they are making a push for the playoffs. On the outside looking in, it's an uphill battle moving forward, but it can be done. 2-2 from Larkins. Tejeda lines one to the left center field gap. Vega over, he runs it down. Off the bat, it looked like it was going to get down, but Anthony Vega, who has excellent speed out in left field, was able to get on his horse and run that one down. Didn't even need to dive, ran through it. 2 up, 2 down for Larkins in the 5th. Speaking about making a late season push, the Revs have won 8 of their last 12 games. They're 7-3 in their last 10. And they've won 5 of their last 6. Dotel now will hit with 2 outs and no one on. First pitch to him, lines it back up the middle for a base hit. That's into left center as Daniel Fields comes over to make that play and get it back in. A 2-out knock for Dotel, his first hit of the night. As he does a little dance on first base. Having some fun with Luis Cruz, who's coaching first. Sandy DeLeon, the CEO of the first base coaching contingent for the Revs, is letting Luis Cruz get a couple innings over there. He's not the self-proclaimed CEO of the first base coaches group. That was Robert Carson who gave him that title. That's what Rob said when he came on the broadcast with me last Sunday. Rob said he's the VP of that crew. They take it seriously. 2 outs. Here's Jared Mitchell, takes a ball off the plate. It's 1-0. 4-0 Revs, bottom 5. Game is official, and it's important because there was a ton of rain earlier today. It's shocking that this game is where it is right now, that they were able to start just a few minutes after the scheduled 6:30 start time. 1-0 pitch coming to Mitchell. Dotel on first with 2 outs. He will run. Doesn't go there. Fastball high. It's 2-0. Cabrera thought about a snap throw to first, but thought better of it. And the count goes to 2-0. 4-0 lead for the Revs as Jared Mitchell looks to keep this 5th inning alive. Matt Larkins has really had to work in this game. His pitch count was only at 64 through 4 innings, but he has not thrown a 1-2-3 inning yet tonight. The Revs have been on him in every inning. 2-0 to Mitchell. He takes that one outside. It's 3-0. Ryan Dent waits on deck. We'll see if he can get a chance with 2 on. Mitchell takes his time hopping back in the lefty batter's box. 276 hitter on the year. Mitchell awaiting the 3-0. Larkin set, wants it low and away. The pitch, line drive down the right field line, but that's going to hook foul a little bit past the Revs bullpen. Mitchell wanted that one, he really did, but just couldn't straighten it out enough. Dotel heads back to first. The count goes to 3-1 on Mitchell. So 2 3-0 counts in the inning for Larkins, and Nash and Mitchell have both had the green light. The power numbers are down for Mitchell this year. Only 5 long balls, had 14 last year, but he has found ways to contribute. Big spot right here. Man on first, Dotel takes off. The 3-1 lined up the middle, a base hit. Dotel around second. He'll scoot on over to third. Mitchell stops at first. First and third for the Revs, back-to-back 2-out hits. And they have something cooking. Here's Ryan Dent. Revs already up 4-0, but they'd like to extend that lead. Joe Van Meters logged 5 scoreless. James Pugliese was loosening up in the Revs' pen. So we'll see if Van Meter is going to come out for another inning. If not, it would be Pugliese. But either way, the Revs would like to get 1 or 2 more runs for whoever's going to come out next inning. Dotel got the rally started with a single up the middle with 2 outs. Mitchell followed with a single up the middle. Dotel was running on the pitch and got to third. Here's Dent. He's 0 for 2 with a pop out and a strikeout. See what he can do with runners at the corners and 2 down. First pitch to him, fastball misses high. It's 1-0. Henry Castillo waits on deck. He's had a nice game. But right now it's Ryan Dent. Dent hitting .265 with 12 homers and 45 RBIs coming in. 1-0 pitch coming. Here it is. Fly ball deep left field. Going back is Vega. He will just turn and watch it fly. A 3-run home run for Ryan Dent, his 13th of the season. And the Revs have opened this thing up at 7-0. A majestic shot over the arch nemesis. And the 2-out rally leads to 3 runs. Dotel and Mitchell single with 2 outs. And Dotel demolishes a hanger over the arch nemesis. 13 on the year for Dent. The Revs now lead at 7-0. They've cracked the double-digit hit column once again. And another multi-run inning. Matt Larkins left one out over the plate, and Ryan Dent did not miss it. 3 straight hits for the Revs with 2 outs. Well, I don't want to say cap off the rally because it might continue, but if that is the end of the rally, it's a good one. 3 more runs. 7 runs on 11 hits as Henry Castillo steps into the batter's box. A 2-out, 3-run bomb from Ryan Dent. He likes going over the nemesis, and he did it again. 1-0 to Castillo. After the cannon was fired after the home run, it left a lot of smoke that's still kind of sifting over the field right now. But it is now a 7-0 Revs lead. They've tacked on 3 more here in the 5th. The 2-0 to Castillo. Big cut there. He came up empty. And it's 2-1. Well, it started with a ground out and a line out. Larkins had 2 outs and no one on. Dotel kept it alive with a knock up the middle. Mitchell followed with a single up the middle. And Ryan Dent, who has a flair for the dramatic, brought home himself and the 2 on base with a dinger. That one misses low to Castillo. It's 3-1. It was 3-0 Revs after the first. It was 4-0 after the third, and now 7-0 at least through 5. Dent, the 4th Rev with at least 1 RBI tonight. Dotel and him have multiple. 3-1 to Castillo. Chopper to the right side. That's through the hole into right field, a base hit. The left-handed throwing Washington dove. He sprawled out trying to make the play, and as a left-handed first baseman, it's an easier play there than a righty, but he even couldn't get it. And Castillo has his 2nd hit of the night. Well, Ryan Dent's homer, it was pretty much a no doubt about it shot distance-wise. Height-wise, you can say the same, but you never know with that high wall out and left. So it was only a matter if it was going to clear it, and it ended up clearing it by plenty. It's the 2nd 3-run inning of the night for the Revs. 4 straight hits now after the Castillo single, and now back to the top of the order. Here's Alonzo Harris. Zoe 1 for 3 with a run tonight. First pitch from Larkins, fastball over for a strike. It's 0-1. Castillo has reached base safe all 3 times safely out of the 9 hole. Shows you how good this Revs lineup is. 0-1 on Zoe as he looks to get back in on the hit parade. He can make it 5 straight hits. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss at a changeup there. It's 0-2. 3 2-out RBIs for Dent after he demolished that offering from Larkins over the nemesis. Revs offense, I mean, over the last 2 weeks, it's been unstoppable. 0-2 pitch coming. Fastball misses outside, according to Brian DeBrouwer. And the inning will continue for at least 1 more pitch. It's 1-2. Larkins not having the same success he did last time against the Revs. Coming into the game, he had allowed 32 extra base hits on the year. He's allowed 2 more tonight, a Tejeda double in the first, then the Dent homer. 1-2 pitch to Harris. He shoots that one through the hole between first and second, a base hit. Castillo will stop at second. Harris will really take his time jogging down to first base. 5 straight hits for the Revs here in the 5th, and Casilla will be the 8th man to hit in the inning. The rally continues. Part of the reason why I didn't say that the Dent homer capped off the rally, because this Revs offense, you know, it just doesn't stop with 2 outs. 5 straight 2-out hits, and now John Brownell, the Ducks pitching coach and most durable starter, out to chat with Matt Larkins. A slow walk out for Brownell. The Ducks don't have any bullpen action. In fact, they only have 1 guy sitting down in the bullpen. So they need some length out of Larkins. They're asking him to get through the 5th, maybe more after that. The pitch count was only at 64 coming into the inning. It's now at 92, so 28 pitches in the frame as John Brownell heads back to the dugout. Henry Castillo went over to chat with Polo at third. He'll head back to second. So it's Castillo at second, Harris at first. And Alexi will look to make it 6 straight hits. The Revs on the season, their record for consecutive hits in a game is 7. They did that against these Ducks back on July 13th in the 6th inning of that game. They have 5 straight here in the 5th tonight. They lead at 7-0. Casilla swings at the first pitch, dribbles it out to second, flipped to second, and Harris is out. He didn't slide, and even so, he was out at second. 4-6, the fielder's choice to end the inning. But the Revs had 3 more on Ryan Dent's 3-run home run, all with 2 outs. The Revs do it on 5 hits, no errors, and 2 left in the inning. We'll go to the top of the 6th. It's 7-0 Revs, dominating the Ducks here in Game 1 of the series.
As you clean it out, keep in mind Community Aid's looking for your lucky leftovers. After you wrap up your yard sale, donate what's left over at your closest Community Aid Drive-Up Donation Center. They're attached to each of Community Aid's incredible thrift stores in our area. Hanover, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Mechanicsburg, and Selinsgrove. Community Aid wants your lucky leftovers to help more than 750 local charities. Learn more at communityaid.net. But don't forget, give your lucky leftovers to Community Aid. Neighbors helping neighbors.
Show your patriotism and Revs spirit with the new York Revolution Hat Pack. Get 6 undated ticket vouchers to use any way you'd like and 2 parking passes, plus an exclusive Revolution hat featuring the Revs logo in red, white, and blue. It's an exclusive design from York's own Legacy Athletic and one you can only get through this special offer. The Revs Hat Pack. 6 game ticket vouchers, 2 parking passes, and an exclusive Revolution baseball cap, all for just $75. Get yours while supplies last at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Hey, this is Jacoby Jones, Super Bowl champ, Dancing with the Stars. If y'all didn't vote for me, it's y'all fault I lost, but you're listening to the radio, WOYK 1350, baby.
We go to the top of the 6th from PeoplesBank Park. All Revs in this one. They lead at 7-0 over the Long Island Ducks. Michael Marcantonini and Daryl Henry with you on the broadcast. 7 runs on 13 hits, no errors for the Revs, and no runs on just 2 hits, no errors for the Ducks. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. James Pugliese, the right-hander, takes over for Joe Van Meter. Van Meter in line for the win after 5 shutout innings. He gave up just 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, and walked 4 on the night as Pugliese throws a ball, fastball outside, 1-0 on Lou Ford to start the 6th. It's Ford, Ard, Washington, 3-4-5. Well, that was actually called a strike. It's 0-1. Now 0-2 after Ford swings through a changeup. So Pugliese way ahead of the seasoned vet Lou Ford. Pugliese on the season has been excellent. Sub-3 ERA as he misses low and away there. It's 1-2. Pugliese 3-1 with a 2.67 ERA. This is his 23rd game. 1-2 pitch, misses outside as well, and he now leads the Revs in ERA. Daryl, I was just looking at the stat packs here, and I'm like, where's Pugliese? I can't find him. Then he was at the top of the list because of that low ERA.
He's been awesome.
2-2 coming up to Ford. Here it is. Fastball fouled off over to the right side, and the count remains even at 2. 7-0 Revs in the top of the 6th. The leadoff man, Lou Ford. 3-hitter in the lineup, leadoff man in the inning. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Lined out with the bases loaded in the 3rd inning. Missed opportunity there for him, and he grounds one back up the middle past the diving Alexi Casilla into center field. So Ford now 1 for 3. That brings up the cleanup hitter Taylor Ard, who is happy to see Van Meter out of the game. In fact, Ard and Washington, the next 2 hitters, happy to see Van Meter gone. They were a combined 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. And Van Meter struck out 6 through 4 tonight, Daryl, and then did not strike out a batter in the 5th, but strikeout pitch was definitely there tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yep, he came up big again, and he's got a couple strikeout pitches, whether it's the fastball or the changeup, but once again, he responds.
Here's Ard with a man on first and no outs as Pugliese misses high there. Some more numbers for Pugliese on the season. I mentioned 3-1 with a 2.67. He's worked 27 innings. He's allowed 20 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 28 strikeouts and 9 walks. Opponents hitting just .222 against him. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Fastball low in the zone. And the count evens up at 1. So Van Meter leaves in line for the win. If he does get the win, he'll go to 4-3 on the season. Ard fouls one off down the right field side out of play into the seats. It's 1-2. No outs and a man on first. In a 7-0 game, the Revs lead it here in the 6th. A 5-and-dive night for Joe Van Meter. A 5 shutout innings night for Joe Van Meter. His last 2 starts, he's gone 12 innings, allowing just 2 runs with 13 strikeouts, has Joe. Misses high with a fastball there, does Pugliese. It's 2-2. Those are pretty good numbers for Van Meter, who, after his last start, got his ERA under 4 on the season. Or after his last outing, I should say, in relief. It's gone down much more tonight. 2-2 to Ard, in on the hands, fouls it off. Pugliese working now. Try to get the first out of the 6th in relief of Van Meter. The Revs led 4-0 going into the bottom of the 5th. They in fact led 4-0 with 2 outs in the inning when Dotel and Mitchell both singled, and then Ryan Dent hit a 3-run homer over the arch nemesis to make it a 7-0 game. 2-2 pitch, chopped out to third. Castillo scoops it, throws to second for 1. No relay to first as Casilla had to avoid Lou Ford sliding into him at second. A nice play by Castillo, the third baseman, charging that ball, picking it on the low hop, throwing to second off balance for the force, but they do get the lead runner. 5-4 on the fielder's choice. Ard safe at first. Brings up David Washington. Ard now 0 for 3 in the game. He's on first for Wash. Revs got 3 in the first, 1 in the third, 3 more in the 5th on the Dent homer. Score remains 7-0 here in the 6th. First pitch to Washington, that misses somewhere, and the count's 1-0. Pugliese gets the sign from Tejeda, comes set. 1-0 pitch. Washington laces it down in front of Mitchell in right field. Back-to-back. Well, actually not back-to-back hits. 2 out of 3 knocks in the inning. It went single from Ford. He was then erased on the fielder's choice. Now another single. This one for Washington. He's 1 for 3.
That was a rare time. It looked like the Pugliese left the changeup up a little bit. It's such a good pitch for him. But he's one that, watching him, kind of like Van Meter, it seems to me that his velocity has improved as the season has gone on. He was, thinking back on it, I think high 80s, maybe like 91 when he first got here, and we're seeing a lot of 93s from him here of late.
Pugliese peers in at his catcher Tejeda, looking for the sign. Here's the catcher Ramon Cabrera with first and second and 1 out. First pitch to Ramon, misses low and in. 7-0 lead for the Revs. Well, a shutout win last night. Darryl, you had the pleasure of having the solo call for that game in New Britain. 3-0 win. Revs pitchers haven't allowed a run in quite some time now.
They've been pretty airtight.
1-0 pitch coming to Cabrera. Fastball misses low, so Pugliese just giving up 2 hits in the inning, struggling to find the zone here against Cabrera. Well, the Revs' team record for consecutive scoreless innings on the hill is 22. They did that from April 29th through May 2nd against the Barnstormers and Road Warriors. 2-0 pitch coming to Cabrera. Fastball misses outside. It's 3-0. Now Tejeda will come out of his crouch, step out in front of the mound to throw back to Pugliese. And the count's 3-0.
I think I just heard Mays say, "Come on, Brian." Not "come on, James." I think he felt there had been a couple close ones this at bat.
3-0 pitch coming. Here it is. Fastball over for a strike on the outside corner. And the zone has been pretty consistent, and nobody really has complained much tonight, but you do have a point there that Pugliese might be getting squeezed. The count 3-1 now. Pugliese set on the mound. And the pitch popped him up, middle of the diamond. Casilla and Dent both chasing after it. It drifts back to the left side. Dent will make the grab. Infield fly rule was in effect, so the batter Cabrera was already out. And now 2 outs in the inning as Dent catches that one. So Pugliese comes back after the single. We get a pop-up now, first and second for Miles Williams with 2 outs.
That's a great job from James making a pitch. You're right, he comes back from behind 3-0, and that's what Revs pitchers have done a lot of these last 2 nights when there have been threats, making big pitches in big spots.
There's 2 outs and Williams at the dish. First pitch changeup misses low and away. It's 1-0. Pugliese is 1-0 with 6 shutout innings over his last 4 appearances. 1-0 pitch coming. Fastball, he gassed him up in the zone. 89 on the gun as Williams swings through it. Pugliese has allowed just 3 hits over his last 6 innings with 5 strikeouts and a walk coming in. Dustin Richardson, the tall left-hander, warming up for the Revs in the pen. One pitch coming to Williams. Here it is. It's another swing and a miss. 90 on the gun from Pugliese there. It's 1-2. Richardson getting loose because after Williams, the Ducks go lefty, righty, lefty, lefty. Mace will play the matchups. Runners at first and second, 2 outs in a 7-0 game, top 6. 1-2 pitch coming to Williams. Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs. 92 on the gun from Pugliese. He ramps up the fastball and gets the Revs out of the inning. 6 shutout innings for Revs pitching tonight. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 7-0 Revs.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Planning your next visit to York? Book your stay at Courtyard by Marriott. Conveniently situated near local businesses, shopping, dining, downtown, and local attractions, Courtyard by Marriott features a state-of-the-art lobby, inviting flexible spaces to work or relax, free Wi-Fi, our well-equipped fitness center, and the bistro, offering healthy options and refreshing choices, including Starbucks and an evening bar. Your stay is sure to be more comfortable, productive, and enjoyable than ever before. Courtyard by Marriott, 2799 Concord Road in York. Book your stay at 717-840-7840.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350. WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning from PeoplesBank Park. It's the Revs 7 and the Ducks nothing. Melky Mesa set to lead off against Matt Larkins, who's still out there, despite giving up 7 runs through the first 5 tonight. First pitch to Mesa is down and in. It misses 1-0. Mesa Nash Tejeda. Mesa was the only man not to bat in that 3-run 5th inning. The Revs sent 8 to the plate. They had 5 straight 2-out hits. The middle of the 5 hits was a Dent 3-run homer. 7 runs on 13 knocks for the Revs. The 1-0 coming to Mesa. Checked his swing. They'll peel down to first. No, he did not check his swing, as Buzz Albert says he went around. And the count goes to 1-1. The Ducks have just 4 hits through 6 innings. James Pugliese struck out Miles Williams with a high fastball to strand 2 runners on in the top of the 6th. 1-2 pitch coming to Mesa. Called strike 2. It's 1-2. Well, the Revs a shutout win last night. It was their 10th shutout win of the season. Right now, a bid for their 11th shutout win of the season and first back-to-back shutouts. Ducks scoreless through 6. 1-2 to Mesa. That's down in the zone. It's 2-2. Daryl, when was the last time the Bees scored 2 nights ago in New Britain? What inning?
It was in the 8th. Okay. It was in their last inning.
So the Revs are currently riding 15 straight scoreless innings from their pitchers as Mesa fouls one off. It's 2-2. I mentioned in the last half inning, or the last inning, that the Revs' season high for consecutive scoreless innings as a team is 22. That was back in the first week of the season. The Revs a chance to get there, but 7 more innings just to tie it. However, they keep the Ducks scoreless for the final 3 of this game. They'll be on their way. 2-2 to Mesa. Line drive, base hit into left field, a knock. Mesa stayed on a breaking ball that broke inside. He turned on it for a knock through the 5.5 hole. And he has his 3rd hit of the night. Darryl, he just can't ever take a break. The Milkman just 24/7 delivery service.
He is so much fun to watch. I would love to see him get another RBI or 2 before this month of August ends.
Right.
But it has been a month to remember, and he is having one tremendous season, one of the best in the league.
3 for 4 in the game. He scored 2 runs. Here's Telvin Nash with the men on first and no outs. 7-0 Revs lead. Pitch from Larkins. Nash check swings it and still maybe hit it about 250 feet. I mean, we're not talking about like a full check swing. We're talking about he just kind of flicked the bat out by accident and it went over 200 feet.
Man or machine?
Not a machine, I'm Albert.
That's right.
7-0 Revs lead, home half of the 6th. The opener of a 3-game set with Long Island. The final 3 meetings of the season between the Revs and Ducks. 7-0 the lead. Pitch to Nash is a fastball that misses off the plate. It's 1-1. Revs have 14 hits in the game, 10 more than the Ducks have with 4. Joe Van Meter went 5 scoreless, the starter. James Puglisa scoreless 6th. Might see Dustin Richardson in the 7th. He was loosening up earlier. 1-1 to Nash. Line drive, base hit into right center field. That could go all the way to the wall. Mesa around second, Nash around first. Now Mesa's being sent home. Here comes the relay throw to the plate. Not in time. Melky Mesa didn't even slide, but got in ahead of the tag from Ramon Cabrera. Now a snap throw to second. Telvin Nash back in safely. An RBI double for Nash. It's his 3rd hit of the night. And Mesa scores his 3rd run, so incredible hustle on the part of Melky Mesa. Polo sent him the entire way. An aggressive turnaround second, a big turnaround 3rd, and Mesa just beat the relay throw. The right fielder, Williams, got it in quickly. The shortstop, Lyons. Lyons was a little surprised Mesa was coming home. And the throw home was on line. It was a dart to Ramon Cabrera, the catcher. But Mesa just got in without the tag, and Darryl a little bit too close for comfort there without sliding, but Mesa got the job done.
A fantastic send.
The first pitch to the next batter, Isaiah Tejeda, is called strike 1. It's 0-1.
Yeah, Polo saw that throw was going towards second, and he sent him, and it ended up being close, but certainly didn't have to there with no outs, but it gets Nash another RBI.
8-0 Revs lead here in the 6th. Now Tejeda launches one down the left field line, but that's going to hook way foul. And the count goes to 0-2. Another extra base hit for the Revs off Larkins. They have 3 in the game. The Dent homer, the Tejeda double in the 1st, and now the Nash RBI double. So Nash and Mesa are combined 6 for 8 in this one, as they have just continued to kill it in the 3-4 spots. 0-2 pitch coming up. Larkins looks at second. Nash a big lead. Pitch to Tejeda. Tapper back to Larkins. Nash will head for 3rd. Underhand flip to first to the bag. 1-3 on the putout. Tejeda's retired. He's now 1 for 4. And that brings up Wellington Dotel. He's either driven in a run or reached on a hit in all 3 times at the plate tonight. He's 1 for 3 with a pair of ribbies. He steps to the plate with a chance for a 3rd RBI. Nash on 3rd with only 1 out. Dotel in the 6th hole, looking to do some more damage. The Revs lead at 8-0 against Larkins and the Ducks. They have 1 run so far in this 7th inning. Or excuse me, this 6th inning. First pitch to Wellington. Chopper up the middle. This is going to get the run home. Played on it by Lyons. He throws to first. It's a 6-3 putout, but Nash comes in to score. And the Revs lead at 9-0 now. So 2 more runs here in the 6th. It's the Revs' 3rd multi-run inning. Nash, who got to 3rd on the chopper by Tejeda, scores on the ground out from Dotel. So Dotel now has 3 RBIs in the game. He has produced a run in 3 separate at-bats, and he has a hit in none of those run-producing at-bats. But It works out just the same. An RBI is an RBI. Now with the bases empty and 2 outs, here's Jared Mitchell, the right fielder. 9-0 Revs. They have 15 hits. First pitch, fly ball out to deep right center field. Going back on it is the center fielder Fields. He camps under it, makes the grab shy of the track, and the inning is over. Mitchell got that one just a little bit off the end of the bat, and the side is retired. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and none left on in the inning. Through 6 full, it's the Revs 9 and the Ducks nothing. We'll go to the top of the 7th next, with Darryl Henry taking back over on the play-by-play.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Planning your summer vacation? Looking to take care of those long overdue home improvements? Hello, I'm Tara Hauser, Vice President of Marketing at First Capital Federal Credit Union. Make all your dreams come true with a home equity loan from First Capital FCU. For a limited time, take advantage of a 7-year home equity loan of $10,000 or more with an annual percentage rate as low as 3.99%. Visit firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any branch to apply. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania delivers natural gas to 423,000 customers. Our commitment is to do it reliably, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. If you smell, hear, or see any sign of a natural gas problem, evacuate immediately and call 911 from a safe location. The most obvious indication of a problem in your home would be a rotten egg odor. For more information on natural gas safety, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com. Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, reminding you about natural gas safety.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchase. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Wow, what a night it's been for the Revs. 9 runs, 15 hits through 6 innings. They lead it 9-0. As we go to the 7th, left-hander Dustin Richardson is the new pitcher. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And this offense, they can enjoy it for however much longer this season goes. They are lethal. They can pounce on you in so many different ways. And here's Anthony Vega. He swings and misses at the lefty Richardson's first pitch. A former Duck himself. Vega has struck out, walked, and stolen a base tonight. Van Meter 5 innings. Pugliese the 6th inning. And the 0-1 fastball. It's a called strike in at the knees. Richardson making his 5th appearance with York. First 2 were scoreless. He's given up 5 runs combined in the 9th inning over his last 2 outings. Looking to bounce back tonight. 0-2. And a swing and a miss. He blows away Vega on 3 pitches. Gasses him at 92. And there's 1 down in the 7th. The Revs with their 8th strikeout as a team tonight.
Well, I think Richardson feeding off what Pugliese did, and the last inning Pugliese fed off what Van Meter did, and this Revs pitching staff is rolling. I don't think this Revs team is beatable when the pitching staff is lights out and the offense is killing it the way they've done. And the only problem is right now they're facing an uphill battle working into the postseason.
Here's Dan Lyons. First pitch fastball is a called strike. Take a look at our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard tonight. This is the most important game right here. Revs lead at 9-0. Ball loose from the Ducks' pen, stops play for a moment. Somerset has a 5-1 lead in the 8th at New Britain. Trying to get to within 2 of Long Island. There's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball, and Richardson is letting it fly tonight. Lancaster trails in Sugarland 3-2 in the 3rd. Road Warriors and Southern Maryland tied at 2 in the 8th. Richardson ready. The 0-2. Fastball misses high. If the Revs can close this, and if Somerset can hang on, Long Island's first place lead would be cut to 2. And the Revs would be within 1.5 of Long Island. Pitch is swung on, popped way up. Castillo across the line, foul from third, and he's got it. It kept moving toward the stands with some wind that has shifted in from right now. But Castillo stayed with it, reached across his body, and made the grab. 2 outs.
Well, Castillo said that ain't no problem. See that Shannon Sharp, that clip surfacing through Twitter?
Oh, yeah.
Clip from Undisputed. I love it. But, hey, I mean, that's no problem right there for Henry. Just kind of waiting for that to come down and then reaches over to make the grab.
It is potentially a huge weekend. And again, the Revs could be within 1.5 games of Long Island for a second wild card spot if there is one. Here is Valdespin at the top. He takes a strike. Switch hitter batting right. No, that's not him. Here's the 0-1 to somebody, and it's fouled back against the screen. It is Steve Longo who is pinch hitting. I don't think he came in defensively. I think this is a pinch hit appearance. Hitting at 222. They'll give Valdespin the rest of the night off. Longo is an infielder, so he'll stay in there. Richardson ready. Here's the kick, the 0-2. And a fastball, strike 3 called. Outside corner at 92. Tejeda was walking off with the ball. He knew it. And Dustin Richardson bounces back tonight. And he looks sharp with a 1-2-3 7th and 2 punch outs. Stretch time here at the bank. It's the Revs 9 and the Ducks nothing.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sauble's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? Facing How do I know who to call? Can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for makes it easy. Call the York County Bar.
Well, we'll come back now. Obviously, a problem with our commercial playing twice at the same time. I'm sure the York Bar Association would love it if you could understand what was being said, so we'll re-air that. Stretch time here at PeoplesBank Park. 9-0 is the lead. And Matt Larkins, after 107 pitches tonight, they left him out there. I'm sure their bullpen got beaten up with high-scoring games against Lancaster the last few days. Doubleheader on Wednesday. And they really left him out there to take it. 6 innings, 15 hits, 9 runs, all earned. He only struck out 2. Walked 1. Man, that was a rough night. Right-hander Wagner Gomez is the new pitcher. He is listed as a catcher, but he also pitches. They have a hybrid on their team. He's a switch-hitting catcher. He's been as high as single A. Was in the Reds system before coming to Long Island, and he will take over. Ryan Dent to lead things off. 1 for 3 tonight. 3-run blast over the arch nemesis in the 5th. Wagner Gomez, I believe he is making his debut, unless I mistakenly took him out of the stat pack earlier today, which is a distinct possibility. Here's a fly ball, left center field, not deep. Fields coming in from center, and he'll make the grab. Actually, I think that's someone else. I think we have some wholesale changes we do. That was Vega, who's now in center. Longo stays in to play second for Valdespin, and Robert Garcia is the new left fielder. So it looks like Fields is done for the night. Valdespin is done for the night. Got all that. Here's Henry Castillo, who's walked, doubled, and singled, and has reached base safely in 6 straight trips to the plate going back to last night. First pitch, a swing and a drive the other way, left center field, hit well, it is off the wall padding, and Castillo hustling into second, stand-up double as he drills one the other way, high off the fence in left center. He is 6 for his last 6. And on base all 4 times tonight, 7 times in a row he's reached base.
Have a night. That's an exceptional streak he's on right now. You can't really cool a guy down when he's doing that, and you see it right there, the opposite field approach. It's not the first time tonight he's done that. Hitting the ball with authority, too. It's not like these are just singles up the middle or choppers through the hole. He has put together a few extra base hits, his second extra base hit of the night. It's fun to watch.
Here's Alonso. First pitch slider, it's a called strike. Castillo twice tonight, doubles the other way to left. And he is 3 for 3 in this game, plus a walk. Second straight 3-hit game for him. Here's the 0-1, and that's inside, a slider. Alonso tonight, 2 for 4 with a run scored. The Revs have just posted their 16th hit. Now the stretch, a look back, the 1-1, and it misses outside. Yep, Gomez is making his debut. See, I doubted myself.
Don't do that. You can't doubt yourself, you know, because you don't give yourself enough credit having to pinch hit, filling out the stat packs today or printing the stat packs.
Here's a ball way outside, 3-1. I used to do that every day. It took me back.
To when? When was the last time you did that?
Every day?
Yeah.
2013 maybe?
Okay. So it's been a while. I mean, I just wanted to give you the opportunity today.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Now the 3-1, and it's a little low. Harris takes a close one, and he'll march to first. 2 on with 1 out. By the way, wanted to mention James Pugliese, who had a scoreless 6th inning. That is his 10th straight scoreless outing. 14 scoreless innings his last 10. And for his last 8 outings, 12 innings and only 5 hits allowed. Here's Alexi. First pitch fastball is in for a strike. Casilla 1 for 4 tonight, infield hit. On the stretch from Wagner Gomez, he deals, swinging a foul out of play, left field side. Gomez lives in Richmond Hill, New York, and he went to their open tryout in April, got a spring training invite, but was not signed to start the year. First 5 seasons of his career, he played in the Reds system, reaching single-A Dayton. 0-2. And a liner past his glove. That's up the middle. Base hit in toward right center. And around third is Castillo. Vega lets it fly, but it's late. On 1 hop to the plate. RBI single. Alexi Casilla. And it's 10-0 York here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Keep piling on. Hey, just keep piling it on. Show this Ducks team what the Revs are all about. And some may say save some for the rest of the series, but now Long Island's going to... We're coming into tomorrow. I think the Revs will be in their heads with all these runs that they're scoring, and it's just 1 through 9 in the lineup. You can't really stop them. 17 hits. This is like a Little League game or a game of MLB The Show when you're just lighting up the opposing pitcher.
Here's Melky Mesa, and he check swings, hits one on the ground to short. Lions feed second, and Longo's turn in the dirt, and Washington could not handle it. Now the inning stays alive, and Mesa now 3 for 5 on his night. Harris to third, first and third for Talvin Nash. Nash on his night, 3 for 4. Double, 2 RBIs, 2 runs. It's another night where both Mesa and Nash, man, what a 3-4 punch. They both have 3 hits. Revs leading at 10-0. Gomez deals, breaking ball, that's inside. With 2 RBIs tonight, Nash now has 26 in 25 games played. That'll work. Gomez, the 1-0. That's in tight. Another slider that missed. Gomez was a catcher and an infielder his first 3 seasons, converted to pitcher 5 years ago, and over 2 years he appeared in 36 games on the mound. He's now 26 years old. Brian DeBrouwer hearing it from the Ducks dugout. Frustration boiling as Kevin Baez chirps toward him. Now the stretch, the 2-0, way outside. Ducks had lost back-to-back games coming into this one. At home against Lancaster, those were. They've lost 3 of the last 4, all against Lancaster. Before that, they had won 6 in a row. 3-0 on Nash. Gomez the pitch. It is a little low, and Talvin will take his base. 4-pitch walk, and that'll load him for Isaias. Revs Baseball brought to you in part by Wise Markets, York Water Company, and Twin Pine Country Farm Store. 10-0 the lead. Now here's Tejeda, who's actually had a very frustrating 1 for 4 night. Had an RBI double in the first, but twice drilled it to left center and Vega ran it down. First pitch, way high, that's a ball. Tejeda's first home game back. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. He saw that one up. Let it fly. Change up that might have been out of the strike zone. But he still has a couple to work with. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. It is a fastball. Called strike on the outer half. 1-2 on Tejeda. Gomez fires. Swing and a line drive. Left center field. Base hit for Isaias. Harris is in to score. Here comes Mesa. It is 12-0. And Tejeda has driven in 3 in his first game back at PeoplesBank Park. Hit number 18 for the Revs as a team tonight.
Oh man, it's just special to watch this lineup go. I mean, you just can't get in on guys, you can't go outside on guys, low, high, and they're going to find ways to put the bat on the ball. And that's the 4th Rev now with multiple RBIs in this game.
Does there have to only be 2 weeks left in the regular season? This team is scratching and clawing and fighting to have a chance to get in. Here's Dotel. First pitch is fought off, foul the other way. Well, the Revs with 18 hits, it's their most in a game since June 28th at Long Island when they had 19 hits in a 12-7 win on the road. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Slider in on Dotel, who is 1 for 4 on his night, but has driven in 3, and the 3 have all come on ground outs.
Yeah, it's impressive. Finding ways to move runners over and get them in.
Here's the 0-2. Swinging, he swats a ground foul, third base side. Revs with runs in an inning for the 5th time in 7 here tonight. Multiple runs for the 4th time in an inning tonight, and 3 runs in an inning for the 3rd time tonight. Gomez the stretch, the 0-2. Breaking ball, fouled against the netting. Jared Mitchell on deck, watches it come right down and land in front of him.
Well, there's still another inning to go. The Revs have to hit in the bottom of the 8th. Well on their way to breaking their season high in hits. That was 20 back on June 18th.
0-2 again. Swinging a chopper right side, and Gomez runs it down. He'll flip to first. He juggled it, but stayed with it as the former infielder got off the mound toward first and ran it down. But the Revs with a 3-run 7th inning. 3 more hits. 2 men left. We'll go to the 8th. It's York 12, Long Island nothing.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Presley Ridge believes that strong families are the foundation for strong communities. With compassionate and caring professionals, Presley Ridge offers individual, child, and family therapy in addition to foster care and other in-community services. To learn more about Presley Ridge and their impact on families right here in our community, visit presleyridge.org or call 717-845-6624. That's 717-845-6624.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Enoel Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
Inning is brought to you by York Dental Sleep Therapy. You might be getting tired tonight. We hope you can sleep well, but if you're tired of feeling the effects of sleep apnea or sleepless nights due to your CPAP, Dr. Gordon Bell may have an option to help you. Here's Garcia leading off. Richardson's still in there, and he fires a strike. Make your appointment today. Let Dr. Bell help determine which treatment is best for you. Call 717-316-1299. As a ground ball is hit on the ground to second base, Casilla up with it, throws to first, 1 away. Rather redundant, a ground ball hit on the ground to second, but you get the picture. Or visit yorksleep.com. York Dental Sleep Therapy, 450 West Market Street in Hallam. And Josh Donaldson has been traded from the Blue Jays to the Indians.
Well, had a feeling he was going to go, was put on waivers recently. Trades just don't stop.
No. Here's Lou Ford. First pitch, he swings, launches a pop-up, look out Bird. Oh my. Dent at short, just behind second, makes the grab. I don't think it hit a wing, but that came awfully close. And Ford is out on 1 pitch. 2 very quick outs for Richardson.
Oh man, I missed that right there, but definitely scared that bird away. Well, the trades keep coming, like I said, but I like that move for the Indians. That's a lethal infield right now. Well, Donaldson has to prove he's healthy first.
Right. Still coming back from a calf. I guess he's probably going to be in the minors for them first, but why not? Here's Taylor Ard. First pitch fastball in for a strike. Ard 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Richardson looking to handle 2 innings as the Revs lead it 12-0 in the 8th. The 0-1, and it's down low. Nicked off the glove of Tejeda.
Now, I'm signed up for ESPN breaking news alerts in Major League Baseball, and I did not get either of those messages about Gio and and Donaldson. So what's going on?
I'm digging my sources while we're. I'm just kidding. Here's a swing and a miss, a changeup. Now it is the MLB at bat app.
Oh, so
that you need to have.
That's definitely a better source.
Apparently. ESPN's chasing down Urban Meyer stories.
Yeah.
There's a fastball outside, 2-2. What else are they covering today? Probably still LeBron to LA.
Still figuring out something to talk about LeBron-wise.
Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Slider gets Ard swinging. Dustin Richardson 6 up, 6 down. 2 dominant innings in relief tonight, and he has struck out 3 in this one. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It has been all Revs. It's a 12-0 lead.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running.
Flying feet.
Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear, properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. And that holds true whether you're training or racing on roads, tracks, or trails. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessories and equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet is family, and all runners are welcome.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Now to the bottom of the 8th, 12-0. And Anthony Vega will come in from center field to play his 3rd different position of the night, and it happens to be pitcher. Pitching change is brought to you by Maple Donuts, and there is no DH now. Jared Mitchell leads off, and he takes down low. Well, it has been that kind of night for the Ducks. Obviously, their bullpen has been lit. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a pop foul back. They left Larkins in for his 6 innings, which were indicative of that. Gomez, the catcher who can also pitch, worked the 7th, and now starting left fielder Vega is pitching. He deals, and it's a called strike on the inner half. Mitchell 1 for 4. With a run scored tonight. Pitch to him, he lays off down and in. And it would appear to be the first career pitching appearance for Anthony Vega. I cannot find another one. He winds, deals, swinging a ground ball pulled toward first, backhanded by Taylor Ard. He'll turn and sprint to the bag. He was the DH. Now playing first, and there's one away. Revs fans, stop in and visit Famous Hot Wiener's newest location after the game at the BJ's Target Complex in West Manchester. You can also visit us at our 2 Hanover locations, one in the north end of town at 160 Dart Drive, or downtown at 101 Broadway. Go Revs. Here's Ryan Dent. First pitch from Vega. He swings at it, pops it up. Ard from first, over into foul ground near the stands and out of room as he picked up his pace at the end, but it got in about 2 rows deep. Dent 1 for 4 tonight. Crushed his 13th home run of the year. 3-run shot over the big wall back in the 5th inning, and that turned a 4-0 lead into 7-0, and the rout was effectively on at that point. It's the 0-1 swing, and this one's popped straight up. Cabrera, the catcher, coming straight back, but it'll come back about 6 rows in. Hopefully those folks are okay. Right down on top of them, and that wind has shifted in. So I think off the bat, I think it looked like there was a chance to play that, and it ended up several rows in. No balls, 2 strikes on Dent. Vega delivers, and a drive the other way, right field. It carries Williams back a couple steps, but he'll squeeze it. Line drive hit pretty hard to right, but that's out number 2.
Well, maybe the Ducks should have brought in Vega a few innings ago.
He seems to have the hang of this thing.
That happens a lot where, I mean, the inning's not over yet, but now with Castillo, it's definitely not over the way he's swinging, but a lot of times the position player is the only pitcher in the game to not allow a run when you get blowouts like this.
I think David Washington has moved from first base to center, which is where Vega was. Here's Henry Castillo. He swings and misses.
Well, this lineup card must be fun to keep for Mark Mason and Kevin Baez.
Probably more so for Mace tonight. Next one is outside, a ball. We don't have the radar gun up at the moment. Can't tell you what Vega's throwing. 1-1. Swinging, it's fouled against the screen. Castillo tonight on base all 4 times. 3 for 3, 2 doubles and a walk. Last night, 3 for 4 with hits his final 3 at-bats. Vega earlier this year graduated from University of Arizona. Engineering degree he deals. Swing and a miss. And that ends the streak as the Ducks dugout loves Vega's strikeout. You can hear them. That ends the streak of 7 straight times on base for Castillo, 6 straight hits. Oh man, even the Revs dugout is giving Castillo a bunch of guff. It's a 1-2-3 8th inning. Maybe they're giving it across to Vega, but either way, the Revs with a 12-0 lead as we head to the 9th, looking to close things out.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Show your patriotism and Revs spirit with the new York Revolution Hat Pack. Get 6 undated ticket vouchers to use any way you'd like and 2 parking passes, plus an exclusive Revolution hat featuring the Revs logo in red, white, and blue. It's an exclusive design from York's own Legacy Athletic and one you can only get through this special offer. The Revs Hat Pack. 6 game ticket vouchers, 2 parking passes, and an exclusive Revolution baseball cap, all for just $75. Get yours while supplies last at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, York's great tasting family tradition.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Catch Sixers basketball all season on Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Head of the 9th inning, and right-hander Starlin Arias is the new pitcher. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. What a performance across the board, both sides for the Revs tonight. David Washington, who started at first, he's now in center. He will lead things off in the 9th. Arias from the stretch, and the righty fires a first pitch strike. Washington 1 for 3. Single, 2 strikeouts. Now the 0-1. Swinging a line drive, base hit to right. Mitchell over toward the line, will glove it. And for the second straight night, the Revs take a 4-hit shutout into the 9th inning. The leadoff man singles to make it a 5th hit.
Well, I hope Arias knows we got a pitcher's BP on the line here. I mean, back-to-back shutouts. Fletch has got to throw us around.
Has to get it done. Here comes Ramon Cabrera.
I mean, this would be 11 on the year.
That's a pretty good total.
That's got to be the most for the Revs in a season. It's got to be.
Yeah. We'll find out. Here's Cabrera who takes the strike. I feel like there was a 12 one year, but that's why I have this trusty book. Cabrera 1 for 3 with an infield hit.
I mean, overall, though, it's just been such an impressive game. I don't know how we're going to name a player of the game.
There's a chopper foul down the first base side.
This might be a everybody gets a trophy kind of night. The entire team. I mean, all 9 starters have at least 1 hit. I mean, Meter 5 scoreless. I mean, who do you give the player of the game nod to?
Man, I don't know. We're going to need some time. Maybe all of them. I don't like making decisions. Is the 0-2? Oh, look out. Line foul over by the Ducks dugout. Did that go into the seats above it?
No, it hit off the front of that top concrete layer of the dugout and bounced into back into the field.
Wow.
I think. That's what it looked like. I don't think it hit anybody in the stands. No, it definitely didn't go in the stands. Otherwise, that would have drilled somebody.
Michael, the Revs are trying to tie a record tonight with their 11th shutout.
All right.
Arias the 0-2. And this one fouled off, third base side.
So what I meant to say was that's got to be the tie for the most.
Well, it's only the second time that they've had at least 10 in a year. They had 11 in 2012.
It's been a while.
Revs trying to win their 6th in the last 7. There's the 0-2. And a ground ball right side that's going to get through. If it's at Casilla, it's a double play, but Cabrera pulled it in between Casilla and Nash. First and second, nobody out. And Miles Williams to the plate. Well, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., Central PA Game Day with Steve Navaroli and yours truly filling in. That's because Brett Petrak and Gareth Hissong have a rescheduled high school game for 11 a.m. They'll be on at 10:30 a.m. for pregame. Presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. McCaskey at York High from just across the street, or the creek. Pitch to Williams, swing and a miss. Slider from Arias, had him fooled on it. So we would have been re-airing tonight's game on radio tomorrow, but instead we'll have it live on radio and on YouTube. And Williams now backing out, adjusting his batting gloves. If I had to guess what this conversation is about, I think plate ump Brian DeBrouwer is trying to get him in the box to speed things along. And Williams is taking his good old time. And I think he probably said that after that swing, maybe it bothered his hand and he needed a moment. He really slowed it down after DeBrouwer talked to him. Here's a fastball inside, 1-1.
He must have been a little banged up there because, I mean, nobody takes that long. It's not like he's trying to stall the game because it's already official. We don't have to worry about that. We've had some issues with that in the past.
Yeah. Here's the 1-1 in the dirt, blocked by Tejeda. Well, I did notice a couple of times tonight DeBrouwer trying to keep guys in the box. Now 2-1. Arias looking for his first out here in the 9th. He's ready. And the pitch. Fastball, there's a called strike on the outer half at 90. He dots it. 2-2. So tomorrow after that live high school broadcast, then join college action in progress. Florida Atlantic at Oklahoma. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Came back to get him. As that one clocks in at 94 on the stadium board. One down here in the 9th.
That was some gas right there. You really needed a strikeout in that situation. First and second, no outs. Solely for the purpose of keeping this game a shutout so we get a little BP.
That's important.
I mean, but the point is, you know, you didn't necessarily need a strikeout there in a 12-0 game, but it's a good thing he got it.
Here's Anthony Vega. That's the 11th K for Revs pitchers. Pitch here is hit high in the air, straight away center. Harris backs up, almost dancing and shimmying in toward left center. He makes the grab, 2 down, and the Revs are an out away from completing this thing.
You know, before this game ends, what Harris dancing out there just reminded me the other night when I was playing some rec league softball. I was dancing out in left field. I got all turned around on a fly ball, but I made the grab. And my team won the championship. Shout out to the Broad Axe A's. We brought home a title.
Wow. Congrats.
Yeah, appreciate that. It was a fun game. 10-4 win over the Misfits in the championship. Took it to them.
Like Willie Mays Hayes out there, you must have been.
Yeah, well, I had 1 inning in left, 1 in center, 1 in right. We had a lot of outfielders, so it was basically every other inning in and out.
Here's Dan Lyons, who takes low. He's the K-man, so Revs fans want Moz sticks to complete this night. Wouldn't that be something?
I'm down for it.
He is 1 for 3. Arias is ready. The 1-0. Swing and a pop-up foul, straight back to the roof. 12-0 the lead for the Revs here in the 9th inning. 2 on, 2 out. Now the stretch. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball by him. And the Revs now a strike away. Terrible weather earlier today, but a hardy bunch came out anyway and have seen one heck of a performance. Here's the stretch. Arias, the 1-2. Slider breaks just outside. Tejeda tried to set it there and maybe bring it back a little.
Definitely off the plate, but I thought that Lyons was going to offer it that one. That's a tempting pitch with 2 strikes.
Now Arias ready. The stretch. And the 2-2. Fastball misses high. A full count, runners will have the head start.
Well, it's a lot of suspense for a 12-0 game in the 9th, but mozzarella sticks are on the line.
That'll do it. Can almost taste them. Now Arias ready. And the payoff pitch. Swinging a line drive, foul down the line in left. Fastball up, Lions got around on it, yanked it foul. They're rabid. They know what they want. Here's the stretch from Arias. Another 3-2. Swinging a fly ball center field. Harris drifts back, has it lined up, makes the grab, game over. And the Revs with a blowout shutout dominate the Ducks tonight by a final score of 12-0. Joe Van Meter, another fantastic starting assignment. He earns the win, and he is one of 4 pitchers who combine on this gem tonight. 18 hits for the offense, their most in just over 2 months. And up and down the order, everybody playing a role tonight, and the Revs are rolling. They've won 6 of their last 7, and they return home with a bang. They kick off this homestand with an emphatic 12-0 thumping of the Ducks.
Wow, I mean, that's just a really sound W right there. Up and down the lineup, everybody contributed. The bullpen was excellent in relief of Van Meter, who was awesome as well. Wow, I mean, just everybody who got in the game tonight did something to help the team win, and not just the little things. I mean, everybody contributed in a big way, and that's why it's 12-0. We're looking out at the scoreboard right now like that.
What a performance tonight. 12-0, the final score. Not only have they won 6 of the last 7, also 8 of the last 11, 10 of the last 14. Playing some of their best ball here late this season and trying to make it count for something big. And they will need some help as we head into the month of September tomorrow, but so far they've gotten some help out of town tonight, and they have taken care of their own business in most emphatic fashion. 12-0 is the final score. Stay tuned. Post-game show follows next.
There's a lot of talk out there about